Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever you're checking this out. This is Mr. Know-It-All, of course. We're back. Episode 152/153. Let's just call it episode 152, part 2. Same as last week. We got Tyre Moore, we got Shay, Bree, we got my cousin David Saunders in the building. We're going to deep dive into this Dania Jackson thing. I keep hoping I'm saying the name right. Of course, the wife or the ex-wife of Derrick Jackson. You don't want to miss this one. We get a little goofy, get a little crazy, get a little tipsy as we deep dive into this thing. So listen, episode 152, part 2, duly titled Marvin Feet Sting. It's on its way.
I'm like the sound that the wind makes when the doors open. The answer is anybody focused on poetry in motion. Motion, like poetry in motion. Motion. I'm like LeBron from the baseline when the score's smoking. The savior, is anybody hoping the poetry in motion? Motion, like poetry in motion. Motion.
Oh, he about to go into this one.
Here we go.
Man's ex-wife.
Oh, geez.
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Stop. Let that sit there.
Who's playing a heartbeat?
You
playing the heartbeat?
said
That's her
you
heart.
knew another woman's body better than you knew your own.
Yes, several women. I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own, and I spent a lot of time. Like I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear.
Multiple
I knew when
holes.
they were when they had met
All
up.
three.
So
18 holes.
I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate
She
that
watched the videos of them having
and
sex.
recreate that in our relationships so that he could choose me and want me.
I have a million different.
And,
podcasts in my
I
head
know,
right now.
She could have made money off
That
of
is
this.
a low point to be, and I'm tearing up a little bit because I hate that I even got to a point where that was a thing, but that it was just that. And so I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. I completely lost myself. I became a shell of myself. I tried to imitate their hair, their actions, even sexual things that I had seen him doing with them. I tried to recreate that in our life when we were engaged, and none of it amounted to anything.
All right.
Oh,
Wait.
Jesus.
No, wait. Let me.
She knew better.
Tag me in, coach.
No. Let me sum up the synopsis of this. Right. So essentially, if y'all living under a rock somewhere, that is how do you say her name? Dania Jackson,
His ex.
the ex-wife of Derrick Jackson, the
Relationship expert.
the relationship expert.
Shit, it's not he an expert to me.
He was an
Out here
Yeah,
expert.
doing
yeah,
all
I
that.
He was an expert.
So I did myself the
I
service.
don't know what type of expert, but
Exactly. He was an expert on other women's bodies.
Yo, listen.
Gucci.
So I did
on
myself the
Gucci.
service of listening to the entire
I did.
to
Too.
that entire
I didn't
podcast. It's the
listen to that
My
part.
Future Wifey podcast. Shout out to the good brother. I forget his name on that. I've listened to a couple episodes. He does a really good job. That's the one where the girl wig fell off. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
thought somebody pulled it.
Yeah, it's a faith-based podcast and whatnot. And remember she was
I
talking
don't
about the
watch it.
bonnet. What was she talking about? The crown of salvation or something
I don't
like
know.
that.
She coming
Talking
on
about
crazy.
She
had
came
a
out with a
wave
bonnet.
cap.
Yeah,
No, she had a hat on.
Had
It
the
was a
wave
hat.
cap on. She
It was
said,
a
"It's the-
Tim, like a
it's the
little,
wave cap of
little artist
Jesus."
Tim.
Right.
Falls. Yeah,
So-
she was
so-
all crazy.
So
But
listen,
no.
by listening to this though, initially I thought now this is not the first time that this situation had actually happened. They had got together when they were in college together, and she had done the same exact thing then. When she was relating this portion of it, was talking about after they were married and she caught him for the final time, and she was still trying to make up for exactly what was going on and listen to the entire thing, both parts.
She understood.
Before I even start asking the additional questions or whatnot, you feel like she had some sort of
She knew before they got married.
was there like a merit to exactly what she was trying to do by saying I want to keep my relationship together?
No.
Or
Oh
because
my
'cause
God.
from what I heard, the shit was fucked from the rip.
No.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God, I got
Nope.
8 points.
Nope. Go ahead, Shannon.
So I will say that.
One point at a time and then pass it off.
Yeah.
I would like, can I make 2 points?
No, one.
All right, yeah, because you
Game, it's not your podcast.
You too
I
smart
know.
and you got a
Yeah,
degree and
yeah.
you above me.
Now I gotta dumb myself down.
Don't be
See,
so
again,
dumb.
No, please don't.
I just want to hear other voices as well. Go ahead.
So I think that there are a couple things in play here. The one thing that I'm not going to disregard is that her husband was a social figure. They were making money off of whatever it is that they were doing. Right? That's number one. So you're not totally a victim because whatever you were engaged in, he made money off of being his relationship expert and kind of putting you out there like you and him were together. So I cannot take away from the fact that you were eating off the fact that he was the man, quote unquote, or whatever, and that he had to portray himself in a certain way for y'all to continue to eat. So I'm not going to disregard that. That's number one. Let's leave that in background. Number
he
two.
made millions of dollars doing that too, by the way.
So if you had to watch other women, it makes sense as to why you had to watch other women because you were eating off of this narrative that you were selling to public. So that's number one. I'm not going to take away from that because again, if my bread and butter was or my Gucci bag was contingent upon another man's escapades or whatever he had, and you're that man, and I'm going to support the man to eat off of things. I'm just going to put that in the background.
Okay.
The other part is that it takes a certain kind of woman to be in a relationship that she said she was in. It's the same way pimp look for hoes. You're not gonna look for a hoe like me because I'm not pimp worthy. I'm probably gonna end up being a pimp
everything
after that. Exactly. You know what I mean? I'm not I could never be pimped because it's just not in my nature. So you have to find a woman who's prepped for that kind of life, who understands that, babe, this is our bread and butter, and then this is what you're supposed to be to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, that's the second point. Last one I'm gonna make before I pass it on is that, again, with that certain type of woman, and that number one, who raised her and where did she come from? Because even if there is a certain, I'm not never getting no video, no goddamn head scarf unless it's religious. No shout out, no shade to that. But again, I have to be a certain kind of woman to want to emulate women who are purely sleeping with my husband or my mate. If you're purely like, it's like the gardener. I don't know how to garden. You're here to do the weeds and the bushes and whatever. I can't garden. So therefore I'm gonna watch you garden.
Right.
I'm not a gardener. I'm not going to portray like I'm a gardener and get out there with a weed whacker and et cetera, and try to do that. I'm going to play my role, and that's going to be my role. I'm never going to emulate what other people's doing. So it takes a certain kind of one with a certain kind of mindset to even think that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you and I are together and this podcast blows up and you got 8 Meg the Stallions on the side, and I accept that, I have to realize you got 8 Meg the Stallions on the side. And I have to accept that. But I'm never going to change me in this instance. What I'm going to do is put up these barricades that says, okay, you're Mr. Know-it-all's wife, and that means something.
Right.
You're Shannon, that means something else. I may have a pool boy on the side too. But again, it just means that it takes a certain kind of woman to be that mentally engaged in this activity that you wanted to emulate things that you can't. You're not a gardener. You can't turn this bush into a swan.
Gotcha.
A bad
You
bitch.
can't. You know what I mean? So that's my point.
Right.
There's a part of me that feels like she knew what it was,
2 points.
and you can't play victim.
You said 2.
You did say two.
There's a certain part of me that felt like she was victimized, but I feel like there was still an awareness of the.
Oh, it definitely
victimization.
wasn't aware.
she-
That,
Still
well,
a
she-
shame that this happened to her and that she thought like that. But I can also see how
took
publicity and social media makes you
Right.
feel like you have to become that woman.
Well, she
But you
said
can't.
she
It's a-
said that's how she met him though too. Not only that, because he had girls on the side.
Damn, that even
was
makes
saying-
it even
Well,
worse.
listen,
If I
listen,
met you like
wait.
this,
Time out for you, but don't talk. Listen,
I'm done.
the entire story, if you listen to the rest of the podcast, she's actually talking about in the beginning that she was one of the rotational chicks.
Yes, she was.
And she knew that she would actually pass the other girl on the stairs on her way to her dick
Yes,
appointment.
she did.
So it was one of them things. So yeah,
But
you
she
talk about,
looked like she could be the wife, and that again, media,
It's the look.
marketing.
Yeah.
I marketed you as my wife to continue to put bread in this basket.
Well, she
So
actually,
you can't act like you didn't know the bread was coming in this basket.
she
So I
actually
feel bad
married.
for her,
She
but
married
only to
him
a certain
after.
extent.
She married
You
him.
knew he
after.
was.
No, yeah, she
You
knew who he
know,
was.
I don't care
Right,
who
right,
you are, and
right.
I'm gonna say this: unless you met the man yesterday and y'all got married today, you know who you married.
Knew
Keith
who you
knows
was getting
my
at.
Right.
my vices and things. Like I know his vices and things. You know who you marry. You accept what you accept.
Right.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. All right. Taya, what you got to say?
Uh-oh.
So,
Oh, shit.
why
Oh,
you say,
shit.
uh-oh?
You just look like you don't play no games.
I know.
Just go ahead. I'm scared.
So the reason why I
too.
did this when I said relationship expert is because he's a fraud to me.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
And I used to get into, this goes back to me thinking differently than most people. I used to get into debates with my female friends because they would send me videos of him saying stuff and I'd be like, don't no man think like this. This is a man who's making a living off of telling women what they want to hear, right?
Yeah.
And then that's why all these women were highly disappointed when they found out he was cheating. I'm probably the only one that wasn't shocked. I knew he was a fraud.
Any
It
nigga that's
wasn't.
It was like,
Man,
now y'all see what I was trying to tell y'all. This man is a fraud. First of all, he make all his videos in his car. Why is he never in the office? Why he don't have a house? Nothing. Like he just sits in his
gotta
car.
go to his other
He
bitch house.
barely like looks into the camera. That's how you know he probably was lying. And he's so extreme. Like the things he say, I don't think I ever met a man who thinks that way.
Yeah.
So he literally
Kevin
made
Samuels.
a living. Kevin
No,
Samuels.
no. Kevin
No,
Samuels was
he's
the
the opposite of
anti,
Kevin
anti
Samuels.
Derrick Jackson. What you mean?
He's
But
the
I think
opposite.
as far as saying, okay, I get what
Yeah,
you're saying.
he's the
Okay,
anti
I get
Derrick
what you're
Jackson.
Right,
yeah.
he's completely different.
Right,
I
right.
just feel like Derrick Jackson always said what women
wanted to hear.
You know what I mean? And I always tell people that's not beneficial because you're not going to meet a Derrick Jackson in the
Nah,
street.
you ain't.
Because the nigga don't exist. Any nigga
don't
that cape,
exist.
any nigga that cape that much for women is doing it to get pussy.
Yup.
That's exactly
I
what the
didn't feel
fuck
like
he's
Kevin
doing.
Samuels did that. He was very rude to women.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, he
we
didn't
just
do
said
it.
He was the
honest.
opposite of.
He was the
Yeah,
opposite.
the opposite. He's the anti.
Well, no, actually, Kevin
He
Samuels
was
was
honest
rude to
with women.
everybody.
He was
Not
rude,
just
yeah,
women.
not
he
just
was
women.
rude to everybody.
At
but-
least he was
He
consistent.
said, "Do you have a
Right.
big dick?"
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Right, that's the one. That's the one.
No,
The,
yeah.
the fat
But,
guy.
yeah, but that's right. That's what he was like. Oh,
None of them
nigga.
always talk about being a high value man. My son be like, Mom, I'm a high value man. I said, you're
You
a
said, "Do
college
you have a
student.
big
You're
dick?"
probably
I
not.
don't know. You know if you got a
But,
big dick.
But that's what he said to a man. He's so at the end of the day, when he
Right.
started looking at you like, all right, nigga, you,
Right.
yeah, I mean, he's giving this shit out to everybody. So that's Kevin Samuels for you.
'Cause
You
I
know what
remember when Kevin Hart got caught cheating, he went so hard on
sick.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
He went so hard on him, and then you get caught cheating, and you been doing
You
this.
knew
like,
better.
come on,
Right.
like how do you just blatantly get out here and lie like that? Now on to Dania, right?
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Like,
She ain't even get to her yet.
I started sweating too, Kyle. I was like, oh, God.
so when I heard that,
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, poor thing. That's what I said at first, poor thing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Poor
But I'm
little
gonna be
tink
real.
tink.
I understand
thought.
where the mindset comes from because a lot of times if you get cheated on or somebody picks somebody else over you, the first thing you start doing is comparing. Oh, that's because I don't look like
Worst
this.
thing you can do.
Oh, it's because I'm not this weight or I don't have this job or whatever the
Comparison
case
is
may
the
be.
thief of joy.
Now, what I ain't gonna try to do
Just look
is
like
be
it.
like
Mimic
little,
them sex
I ain't gonna do a
positions.
little Kim and try to change my whole appearance so a man don't ever pick me over somebody else because that's what she did.
Right.
I am just going to, you're going to better yourself, but at the same time, what women have to realize is he doesn't want you.
So let's talk
So it
about,
doesn't matter
Right.
what you change yourself into. You look like these women. He doesn't want you. He doesn't want you.
You think
And
that's
you
what
don't
it
never
is?
let a man tell you more than once that he don't want you.
I don't think-
And this man told her 100 times.
I don't think he didn't want her. I
No,
think
he
he
ain't
went
want
at her and everybody else.
that's what I was going to
That's
say.
what, because she's the wife.
That's
Look,
the same thing to me.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
And that's
it's not.
that's what women don't understand. That's what I was
Same
going to
thing.
say. Go ahead, cuz. Go ahead.
all right, this is how I looked at it. I watched the whole pod.
Right.
She was the girl with the marks on the face, the pimples on the face that got with the football player in college.
Right.
Let me tell you, athletes know how to play their role. So he sat there and he was like, "Oh, she the clown. I can play with her. Plus, she can look like a wife." He didn't want to make the thoughts his wife. That's why she was part of the, she was part of the business. She had the look. She had the and what's this new thing? They want women to be submissive,
Fit,
or something?
feminine, and friendly.
Yeah, and she had all that.
Fuck out of here.
So
Right.
I think it's false. He every time I used to hear
Right,
him and I used to listen to him, I said, you know what?
F outta
This man is fucking good because he's lying to these women and they eating it up.
Yeah.
But every man that knew this game knew he was full of shit.
But
Yeah.
I
So
think
women
she did.
love
But I
him.
think
Emmy.
she did too.
No,
I think the
Yeah.
wife did too. Ain't no
Remember-
way you on a podcast with a goddamn headscarf on.
Oh, she went.
Yeah.
She actually.
and
asked
he
him.
always looked good. He's always put together, and you on here with a scarf
He
on.
for-
did that on purpose.
He actually she asked him one time. She said this on the podcast. She said, "I asked him, do you believe the shit that you saying?" He's
Yeah.
saying we got these bills.
Yup.
See, that's the whole point. Like at the end
Yeah,
of the
it's
day,
a business.
yeah.
It's a business.
And I could have been
Remember-
his wife easily. I'd have been there with the little scarf
He-
on. Yes.
Yo, check this out.
Soon as the scarf
She-
ended, all right, listen, I'm going to X mark the spot. Y'all see.
She was in charge of the actual business. Like she was
yeah, she was
managing
right.
it.
She was managing the
Right.
books. and
She
shit.
knew the girls he was sleeping with.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically what happened
It was a business arrangement.
It was a business arrangement, and now she's
Right.
coming out because he divorced her. Remember, she didn't divorce him.
She actually left him, but never divorced him.
No,
Right.
she's
She
smart.
left. She would
I
leave him
don't-
for
I
like
don't blame
8
her.
months and shit.
She's smart.
Yeah, she's smart as hell.
And
for
now
that one.
she's playing that. Not to say that
Yeah,
everybody
she-
goes to this as a victim, so I don't want to say that.
She's
but,
playing the partial victim.
oh, definitely. She's getting podcasts. She's probably getting a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of.
She got to get her
she's
income.
glowing up. She got her earrings on. She got her hair braided. I mean, she looking good.
Did
you
she
know what
have
I
a
mean?
problem when
better.
she was getting in that Porsche? She didn't have a
Ah,
problem
yeah,
when she
sure
was.
did.
I wouldn't have had a problem with my scarf.
Yep.
And you gotta understand, and I say this all the time, and people get mad.
Mm-hmm.
When a man or a woman has a certain income, they can do what the fuck they want when they got.
Ooh, shit.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
That is absolutely true. And not only that,
I'm not leaving Oprah if she cheat on me.
not only,
I ain't leaving over. She cheat on me.
I like.
not
you
only
want me
that,
to
but
cook?
see, so
Me,
that's-
Oprah, and Gail. What we doing this Friday?
So everything that we talking about then lends itself right back to the differences between a cheating man and a cheating woman, because essentially,
No difference.
you right. No, I'm talking about the way it's accepted, the way it,
Oh
the,
yeah.
yeah, the way it's
She cheating
accepted
because
by their partner.
She's cheating because she's missing something in the relationship or something. And where a man cheats, it's always he just want more
Fat
than what
ass.
he got.
Right,
Men
So-
don't cheat for love.
They don't.
right.
We
They
don't.
might.
Nah, fuck that. I ain't
They
never
don't.
cheat
They
for
don't.
love.
Never mind. They
I
don't.
cheat for coochie. It's different. It's
No, you don't cheat at all.
Oh no, not now. Shut, babe. That's in the past. I'm reformed. But
Jesus Christ,
But I
Yo,
also
this
think
nigga's
that
crazy.
I also think that, and this is going to sound weird coming from somebody who's been with somebody for 21 years. It's not my life. I'm just saying, it's also we're people,
yeah,
so it's very hard to be
Right.
like, hey, camera, you're going to be my camera for the rest of my life. There's not going to be a better version of you. It's not going to be a cleaner version. It's not going to be a slimmer. It's not going to be a version that fits into my basement any better than you.
that's
Not the
bullshit.
truth.
That's not real human.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not. We're human, so we're not. We've been sold this idea of monogamy and what it means
Yup,
to
it's
be
fake.
one.
Right.
It is
Yo,
so fake.
Hey, yo,
Fake.
cuz.
It is so fake.
I don't care.
The
I'm
fact-
telling
if
you
you
mix the
walk in
wine with the
on
medicine?
No.
if you walk in on
It's
your
fake.
man watching porn, it's because he wants a variety.
Yes.
He's not physically touching
Absolutely.
the variety.
Right.
He's looking on his computer with his pants down, but there still is a
This is
variety.
how
You gonna tell my
man.
personal business on the podcast?
Say something. This is how a man stay faithful. And I'm gonna be honest, because I was a cheating motherfucker.
Oh,
This
my.
is how a man stay faithful.
I don't want to hear this from Kahim.
I don't care. I would tell you,
Go ahead.
you go to work,
Mhm.
bring your ass home. That's the only way you're gonna do it.
No, you got bitches at work. What are you talking
That's
about?
another one. You
Work
got-
husbands,
got
work
work wives.
wives.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but the only way that works is if she got something to lose. You can't mess with
Oh, you
nobody
mean-
single.
Here's
You mean like
about
the dude and the chick on Good Morning America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta,
yeah,
so
yeah,
if you
yeah.
mess with a girl at work or a
Right,
guy
right.
at work, you
Yeah.
gotta have a wife and she gotta have something to lose. You cannot be out at work messing with single women. You're gonna get caught up.
See, and this is the whole thing, though, too. And I'm gonna say this. We say this from personal experiences or whatnot. My wife and I have glowed up together. Like.
Just shut
I ain't
up.
gonna. No. We have or whatnot. Because I remember, because we've actually had this conversation and whatnot. When there was a time when Shannon lost a lot of weight, and when I was younger, and I was like, I was in my 20s or whatnot, and the moment
Damn.
Like, and to me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you or whatnot. I'm not a real jealous type dude, especially not now where I'm at in this age in the game. Now, then there was always a little bit of inkling of like, yo, like what the fuck?
I never knew this.
And then so she says,
it's
like,
stop.
she says to me, like, oh well, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Well, I get a lot more attention now that I lost some weight.
She got attention
I said,
before
I
you
said-
she got
lost
attention.
weight.
She
I'm
said,
beautiful as
Fuck
hell.
outta here.
first
Right,
of
but
all.
just listen, because she said that to me and whatnot, and I was like, well, ain't that's superficial as hell? That you know what I mean? Because you talk about people buying you drinks, and I was like, well, that's superficial as hell. Niggas ain't shit. You know what I mean? Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? I'm a young boy, and she says to me, she was like, you don't know because you haven't experienced it. Fast forward 5 years later,
Awesome shit about
then
that.
I lost the bean. You know what I'm saying?
These
and then
bitches is
I said,
in his inbox.
oh, I get it now.
I need the
Like
password.
Anderson.
Because
Need
it's
the password.
no, because as thorough as I felt, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean, the shirts got smaller, whatnot, everything was, you know what I'm saying. I was doing Flex Fridays,
God's
and then
true
now
class.
Saying her look like Danita Jackson.
Cause remember when I was doing Flex Fridays
Yeah,
and shit.
I was pissed.
Shannon
I
pulled
was
up.
And I was like, what the fuck is this?
I said, this nigga smaller than me.
I said,
What the hell?
Shannon pulled up a Flex Friday. What the fuck is this? I was like, what you mean? It's Flex Friday.
Flex Friday.
Total shirt off and whatnot, flexing. And I'm like, all right, that might have been a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of them things where I was like, all right, yeah, doing too much. But at the end of the day, I do understand the realm of that portion of it, where it's like, all right, the attention.
Tell me
is the
more.
attention.
No, don't tell her.
Hey, no, because you brought it up first. That's why I said you the one that said
I
it.
brought up first.
You
She
did.
ain't had no problem with all them dudes be hitting on
Oh man, it was.
I had no
Still, to
problem.
this day, I ain't gained 35 pounds since then.
And that's what I'm saying. I've gained 40 of that back, but now
her. And
I'm
they
like,
still love you. You a Saunders.
But
first
that's
of all.
'cause it's
in
me,
the
though.
blood. It's
I'm a
Saunders.
I keep forgetting who the fuck I.
Saunders. You
I was
the
forgetting who the
fucking
fuck I was.
Saunders.
You know what I'm
Come on
saying? I was forgetting who the fuck I was.
Anybody who deal with a Saunders man should know.
You know what I'm saying?
So
But-
let me feel like this.
right.
It was like
I'm sorry,
Like-
Taya. They do this. It's weird.
We always have this moment on the podcast.
what? What?
It's this family.
Saunders
It's
men,
Saunders.
It's a
Saunders.
Saunders
men.
state. It's in our genes. It's in our blood.
It is who we are.
It
It is
That's
who we
why I'm a
are.
po, because the same thing for us.
And we don't care.
Holla.
We don't
I
care.
know.
I'm at an age
don't
now.
care.
I don't care.
Listen.
As long as you ain't bringing me home nothing, I'm
So
cool.
somebody said something to me in a bar. So I work in a bar. Everybody tries to talk to me all the time. It's not gonna happen. They don't know I'm married because they don't.
Yeah, she
you
don't.
more
She don't
tips.
care.
She done told nobody. You think
I
that's how you can
Because
tell how
when
confident.
you're a damsel in distress, you get way more than when you're not.
Can I tell
when
you
you're
how
not.
confident? Can I tell you how
I
confident
play
I
damsel in
am?
distress. Oh my God, I need a bottle
You
of
get
vodka.
more
Get this
more
for me.
views when you married.
Cause let me tell you how confident I am.
Wait,
I
didn't
know
finish
for.
my
I'm gonna let you
story.
speak in a
Finish.
second. I know for a fact that she says that, you know what I mean, like she doesn't tell anybody. I was like, I asked her, I was like,
She like
no,
that
nobody
shit.
know you married. She's like, no. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Why
never
nobody
sweat it.
know you married?
Because the tips are
Yeah,
bigger
yeah.
when they think you're a
Go ahead.
damsel in distress.
Go ahead, get
That's
your
a
tip.
business arrangement. It's smart. I ain't gonna knock it.
They call me
Get
like
more
what you-
tips.
listen, I was moving like Kevin Hart. She's like, well, I'm gonna be in. I'll be in at about 11:30. Up, no matter. I'll be sleeping
But
anyway.
in reverse,
You know what I'm saying?
in reverse,
I'll be
for,
asleep
for
anyway.
a
That's the name of the
man-
game.
In reverse, for a man, you get more attention when you are married.
See, and for a woman in
Yeah.
a dive bar where people think it got a
Yeah.
chance to, oh, the tips come big. All right, here. All right, yeah, I'm going to take you to this wine around. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. All right, great, boo. All right, boo. See you next
And
week.
when I mean for a man, we get more thoughts when when the girl think you married. I ain't saying
For a
you
woman,
get
you're not going to do as much for
equality.
me in this bar if
Oh,
you think
yeah.
I got somebody because you don't think I need it.
Yep, and they
You got
gonna
me?
pay
So
you.
I'm a
Right,
damsel in distress. I need bottles. I need ice. Somebody go get this for me. Oh, my God.
Get your money,
Okay.
boo boo.
I'm taking care of I got to take these kids to Florida next week. I'm going to Disney.
But you
All
understand?
right, put an extra $10
I
in
need
that
to
cup.
become a bartender.
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all,
I got
bartenders
people
are the
asking me for
most
stuff.
misunderstood
You'll
people
get
in
it.
America.
You'll get it.
You should. You
But
better
again-
go
You'll
that
get it.
license,
like-
that bartender's license.
I got eyeballs.
I
Oh
forgot
my
where I was
God.
going.
Oh, here we go. I knew it.
Sorry, let me stop.
But I think, oh,
Medicine
Jesus.
gotta kick in.
Listen to
Need some more wine.
I quit.
Fill us up. Fill us up. Taya,
Yeah. I'm about to say.
This is all sugar, so only fill me up a little bit.
Yeah,
'cause I'm
pour
watching my
the
daughter.
pour the wine in the cups. Pour the wine in the cups. Oh
But
my dear
but my
holy
point
God.
is that so I am single at my bar because it just gets more tips. People think they have a chance with you. They don't. Your husband ain't lurking around. You know what I mean? So I get more tips at a bar when I'm single. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And I told Keith next time you do the podcast, say you're single because sometimes people discredit you when you're married. They think you don't know, you're out of touch. I've
Yeah.
been married for 21 years. Nigga, you don't know what's going on in these streets.
But
That's
see,
how they think.
yeah.
See, we be saying it on. I mean, they be saying it on here about him being married. So
You say it.
I know I did.
You be like, nigga, you married, you don't know shit. I'm like,
now I ain't gonna say it no more.
But
Since
see,
I
it's-
know,
right, because
you know.
But I think people also don't understand that married people go through things too.
Yup.
It ain't always been sunshine and rainbows.
right.
It ain't been no Derrick Jackson
get
Danita
some
shit
goddamn.
neither. But
No.
so it still don't mean you don't know what you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, and it's just, and that's the whole thing. I think that people don't understand. A lot of times, single people don't understand that married people understand the shit more than single people do most of the time.
No.
Yes, we the fuck do.
No, because some stuff that you say is like not relevant right now.
Oh,
It just don't be relevant. I be like, who? What are you talking about? That was 20 years ago.
I know, Ty. What have I said that's not relevant?
You can run the tape back.
Yeah.
What did I say that's not relevant?
I don't remember right
Do
now.
you think he was wrong for having all those women?
So know if the wife was in the whole rotation first.
She knew it.
Yeah.
Number one. So full disclosure, I don't know if Keith want me. When I met Keith, he had a girlfriend.
And hoes.
Keith left his girlfriend.
A girlfriend and
know
hoes.
about the hoes.
I had hoes.
That makes sense. One of them comes around. all
I'm
the
about
time.
to say no. Oh,
Oh
damn.
my God.
But in any event,
I'm about to
Keith
cut
had
that out.
hoes.
Therapy.
And for some reason, I was like, hey, I want this to be my boyfriend, probably because I wanted to have a baby. But that's another story entirely.
Wow,
I
really?
have cute
Yeah,
babies.
you had good hair. I was like, her baby's.
Oh my God.
He
Really?
ended up having good hair.
That's fucked.
He got
up.
his height from me. I didn't realize he was this short until now.
Oh my God.
But
But he has Saunders.
Yep.
yeah,
You both
But
see
the
the
thing
same,
that
the same
works-
size when we laying down.
You ain't lying.
let's lay down
Yeah.
tonight. I would like to lay down.
Oh,
Oh,
my-
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow.
All right, here
First
we
of
go.
all, I'm a virgin, so can we stop this?
Lies.
You know what? I'm not even
I'm
gonna
a
do this
virgin.
with you, Kaheem.
Lies.
You're my
Christ.
favorite cousin. I'm not doing this with you.
I'm a virgin.
But again, I think sometimes too that people tend to. The thing about being married is that you get to look from the bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in the game.
Right.
So think about it like a coach. When you're not in the game and you're a coach, you see things other people don't see. So you can coach from that perspective. Like, listen,
Right, right.
you ain't see this hit about to come? I seen the hit coming from a mile away. You in the game, so you don't see the hit coming, but I see the hit coming.
Boom.
So I think
Thank
there's
you.
some value in listen, not necessarily do this, do that, get married, do this, do not. No, because I will never get married again. Not Keith's a wonderful partner in
Never.
some ways, but we
I ain't
we
going
agree. We
nowhere.
would if this is over, we'll probably have dick
This is-
appointments. Penis appointments and things like that.
Penis.
But I will never get married to anybody again because marriage is just a different
It's
thing.
hard.
It's like working with a person in a relay race who sometimes don't run, and it's very
Damn,
hard.
Shannon.
Not him. I don't
Not
run
anybody
sometimes.
to
I was
help
about to say,
you with
yeah,
my
yeah,
mental
because it
issues?
pertains to both
goes
sides.
both ways.
It goes both ways.
Sometimes I don't run. Sometimes you waiting to get like, come on now, you have to.
Sometimes you gotta go grab a nigga.
Nigga, I'm tired. I'm walking this
Yeah.
rest of this.
Get your ass up.
So what I say is that being married is like a partnership. And you have to deal with a person. We've been there for 21 years, so I've had to deal with 6 different Keiths over the last. I had to deal
Yes.
with fat Keith,
Yeah.
skinny Keith, non-beef Keith, non-pork Keith. Got to get some turkey
Fake
ribs
ass
to cook out
vegan.
Keith. You know what I mean? I got to deal with Mohawk Keith, drag Keith, regular hair
Mohawk
Keith.
Keith.
And deal with different versions of me too. So it's
Right.
not. It's not like people think. It's not like, oh hey,
And
you got your
then
partner and you're there
Shannon,
forever.
Puerto Rican
You're
Shannon.
constantly evolving with a
Colombian
person.
Shannon.
And when you constantly evolve with a person, they got to get to know you. And like I have to get to know him like every 2 years. Like it's crazy. He has to get to
Yeah.
know me probably like every
Mm-hmm.
6 months. So it's
Yeah,
like
Yes.
it's like getting to know a person over and over. But you think it's the same person, but it's not.
Nah.
So I think there is some value in marriages that last, not simply because okay, your last name Saunders, my last name Saunders. There's some value in it because you have to learn a person over and over, and it is
Yes.
tiring.
because age does that to
It's
you.
almost like you
Like, it just
dating
does- right.
every 6 months to a
No,
year.
it's not that fun. It's not
No,
like dating.
that's true. Dating
It's
is
not
fun.
like going to Starbucks and saying, "Hey, Mike. Hey, I'm Shannon. Hey, what's your favorite color?"
And
It's
then
not
you
like
get
that.
mad when
It's
that
about
person
getting to know the crust of a person
Yup.
over and because what's your crust this week? Is it
What's
stuffed
pissing
crust?
you off?
Is it pan crust? Is it thin crust? What crust is this motherfucking week?
Yeah.
Because I swear to God,
Because
like it's like that.
I think people look at marriage and they see just that happy wedding day. They don't see
Yeah.
that shit that goes between. Not everybody.
Speaking of
but a
wedding
lot-
days,
Not,
no.
Stop. I
No,
was
don't
drunk.
bring the fucking
I was
story up.
drunk and he picked a good one.
he
As
gave
I,
Uncle Donald a shot.
21
Uncle
years
Donald.
later, he's still with the girl. I said that's a good one. So
Yeah. My thing is always going to be that even in and around of this, and I'm gonna let you speak on this in a second, and I'm gonna ask these questions that you put down though too. I think it's only 1 or 2 or more of them. And when I see somebody that's single,
Like I was smoking crack for a minute.
I didn't look
God
like it.
damn.
I thought you was spooky.
Fuck you, Kaheem.
Help me, Scotty! I'm gonna die.
Gonna die. I need it. Lips was white and everything. He fell off the bike.
This is why he only comes here to do the podcast.
So,
He does
listen.
this on a regular basis.
I love y'all.
So listen. The thing is that it's not that I'm out of touch or I'm out of date or whatnot, and anything has passed me over when I start talking about things of being single or whatnot. It has to do more with the fact that you guys' outlook on the entire relationship. So when I mention something and I say something like, yo, maybe like even when you and Kelly, because you and Kelly be on the same shit. You're like the Rockers, the fucking Legion of Doom. I don't know what's up with y'all tag team shit, but y'all crazy. But y'all thought process be the same in the same realm when it comes to the way that you approach, not the way that y'all think about these niggas, but the way that y'all approach the situation when it comes to these niggas. What I'm trying to tell you is that a lot of times,
I'm considerate though, so no.
yeah, well, see, and that's the reason why she's like Shawn Michaels, you Marty Jannetty of the Rockers.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm very considerate.
She's like,
I'm doing like
She
this
admits.
over and over again.
Kelly admits to not being
Oh, yeah,
considerate. I'm very considerate.
Kelly can't
But
consider.
don't at a certain age you gotta accept what you gotta accept.
That is
I agree
very
with
true,
that.
but the only point of that is that there has to be some sort of leadway. Because you have to be conforming. If you're not in one way, shape, form, or another, if you don't find a way
do.
to
I don't
conform-
agree with that.
I
What?
think both sides.
Are you
man,
kidding
and
me?
women.
I don't agree with conforming.
conform.
I'm gonna let Ty speak because I'm about to go on a 5-minute rant. So I'm gonna
Conform,
All right.
Conforming in what way though?
Conforming to something that you might not agree with
Situation.
totally. Like that's the way that a relationship works. I can't believe that you saying that.
Well, it depends on what it is.
Like
though.
no, of course. And I'm not talking.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the cheating realm. I'm talking about something that you just necessarily might not agree with. You know what I'm saying? Most people are not agreeable. That's not a thing all the time, especially if like the people that fit together the most or whatnot probably butt heads the most.
Y'all,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
That's
The
on my
issue-
forehead. This big.
y'all got some. Y'all two got some big ass heads. too. That's a
Exactly.
lot of bumping.
The thing is that it's finding some sort of equilibrium there, though.
Right here.
When I talk about that God-like space, empathy / consideration that comes in between your fear and your fear and your confidence. Like that shit, there's something in between that. But if we can't find that, well, you know what I mean? Because a lot of time we fight against all that shit. Well, if this ain't happening, then I can't do this. And we completely shut one thing out. And that's the reason why when I say things or whatnot, I say it in a very generalized portion. Like, you are emotionally intelligent enough, you and Kelly are emotionally intelligent enough for me to say this stuff to you. But imagine when I was on the barcast and I'm saying it to Brandon. You know what I'm saying? That nigga didn't understand what the fuck I was talking about because he's not emotionally intelligent enough to even understand what the hell I'm trying to say. He's like, well, you married, nigga, you don't know nothing. And I'm like, that doesn't
But
no,
you
that's
also
not
gotta see.
that.
Look at the quality what he dealing with out there.
And that's another thing.
That's my point.
They got whole
That's my
YouTube videos
point.
for it.
That's the point I was making to you last
Yeah,
time. I
yeah.
said we're not encountering men who think like you. So when you saying stuff, we looking at you like that ain't what's going on out here.
Well, see, here's
Those
the
what I
men,
mean?
those
So-
men
let
are
me
married
go-
already.
But let me
Yeah,
say this. I think too that
Those
No.
men are married already at a certain
the
age.
one thing I will
yeah,
say.
you're right about that. I ain't gonna.
There you go.
Yeah, I ain't gonna knock that hustle.
The
You're
one
right
thing
about
I
that.
will say is that
Yeah.
this may be stereotypical, this may be a biased point. Taya,
Right.
don't jump over the table and slash me with any of these
No,
names.
no, not at all.
Is that Jesus.
Yeah, you
Can we
can't-
get some quality equipment?
Keep it near your mouth.
You want to buy some pilot quick?
Damn, what the fuck you say?
I know.
You want to botch a bunch?
I said you want to buy some quality equipment.
I think
I'm talking
too
about
that the same way that single life, I feel like for married people is this mirage. I think sometimes for single people, married life is a mirage too. And I think that sometimes single people think that in order to be married to somebody that it must check 9 out of the 10 boxes or 9 out of the 15 boxes.
Yeah.
For some, maybe not for all.
right.
But I think that what people don't realize is that similar things come up in marriage that come up in singlehood.
Yep.
What are you doing? What's your role? How are we working this? What is this? What is the collaboration? What in married life
Bills.
sometimes you bypass a lot of the faults because you've agreed to
Right.
be in this union with somebody.
Right.
And it goes vice versa from the man to the woman or the man to the man or the woman to the woman, whatever kind of marriage or relationship you're in, is that I think sometimes that single people have this idea of marriage. Sometimes it's very stereotypical. Don't kill me, Taya. That it's unrealistic. The same way that the battles, not the exact same, that you deal with working with a single man is the same battles I deal with my husband. Are you showing up on time? What are we doing? What are
Right,
your
right.
ideas? What are your goals? What are your plans? And like I said, when I said I had to get to know Keith and he had to get to know me 10 times over, it's that same thing. I have things that Keith don't agree with in my life, and he has things that I don't agree with in his life. Like on Easter Sunday, one time when he did a podcast, I said it's Easter. Why would you ever schedule a podcast on Easter Sunday?
Right.
The same way he might feel like, well, Shannon, it's Thursday. You went to the bar guild Monday. You work Sunday. You went to the bar guild Monday.
Right.
You work Tuesday. Why would you ever be at this dive bar 3 days in a row and you're married?
Right.
For me, it's like, well, listen, I made money 2 of the days. One of the days I showed support, hoping that one of these other bar managers might ask me to come make money for them. So that's what it is. So I think that we deal with, we deal with things that single people we think we don't, because we're in a. It's almost like people think sometimes because you're married, you're locked down. It's not that.
Nope.
It's never locked down.
Nope.
Divorce is always an option. Separation is always an option. So you're constantly working on something. When you're married and you have kids with a person or a family with a person, even if they're not your kids, it's still an investment.
Yes.
So that's the only thing different than being single, is that there's an investment and you don't want to leave sometimes your investments. But I think married
like
people
throwing money away.
Yeah.
right. And married people sometimes can be that coach because we are on the sidelines and we see what the plays are happening. Not that because we're married, it means we're the end all be all or anything like that. It just means sometimes we can see you make a play that might not work because we've been through it, we've seen it, and now we're watching you do this.
Also, y'all deep dive into the flaws a little bit too much as single people early.
At
Y'all-
45, I can't say that I wouldn't.
but-
if
and
I was single, if I was single at anything over 35, I
But
cannot say I wouldn't be.
I
decent.
understand.
There's
it,
certain
but-
shit I'm not gonna deal with at
but
35
here, but
that I dealt with
listen,
at 25.
Here's the
I can't say that
Here's the
either.
problem. Just like anything else or whatnot, if you go looking, you're going to fucking find something.
Yes, you will.
So therefore, what happens is that
Some
instead,
shit need to be found.
cool. But what happens is that that's not conducive to somebody, especially on the back end when they're single. You know what I'm saying? When they're older, trying to find somebody they can spend the rest of their days with.
All right, so
That's
Ty,
my
before you answer,
thing.
I'm gonna ask you this one question. You get incorporating answer. If you met a man, he has a decent job, he might have some kids with somebody. They're older. They're not really troubling you, but his feet.
They
stink.
always trouble you.
Let's say he has the stinkiest ass feet. He came over your house. He took off his shoes because you don't like shoes in your house.
Tired of dealt with
He
stinky
took
feet,
them off.
nigga.
I'm just saying. Let's say that he checks.
Oh my God.
There's 20 boxes. He
Right.
checks 12, and his feet just fucking stink.
Yeah.
I mean, effing stink.
Yeah.
How would this be like, damn, Marlon's feet just fucking stink. I can't really
That
get
nigga
into
named
it.
Marlon and his feet
Damn.
stink. That's rough.
Born in 1945.
I can see
I'ma
why.
How would you play that?
I'm gonna
His
get him
feet
some
stink.
foot powder or something. That's
You need to
fixable.
go
Yeah.
get them joints done.
That's fixable.
They send him to the Chinese people.
I'm not that rigid. I
Yeah.
don't know what you think, but I'm not
No,
that
no,
rigid.
no, no, not.
At
I'm not
45,
that-
if your
I'm
feet
not-
stink, you might have to go because I can't deal with this.
I'm
I mean,
not
if I'm
that- I'm
single,
not
your
that
feet-
Shut up.
That
You
mean
deal with that
gonna
stinking
deal-
foot ass
I bet you
nigga.
if he made $100 million, you gonna deal with them.
You would
stanky
deal
feet.
if that nigga.
Now, 100 million, I'm gonna deal with a lot of shit. I might deal with the
Ah,
outside
yeah,
kids.
about
I'm
to
deal with the
say.
baby's mom. I'm gonna deal with. Listen, I'm gonna deal
Yeah.
with a lot of shit. 100 million.
If that nigga
What if
checked
it's- what
off
if it's
12
like-
boxes out of 20, you definitely would deal with the stinking ass feet. Don't
I
act like that.
think-
You damn
What
sure
if you
would.
go to your friend's house for a couple's night and you gotta take off your shoes?
Oh hell no, you can't go.
Well, you just
sick.
tell him like, babe,
He's
look,
sick.
But then, listen, this is the thing. Don't. At the end of the day, if his feet stink,
Tyre's face was like
that should be something.
Damn shit.
Listen,
It made me think about it. Like, oh,
No, if his feet stink, then that should be something.
If we
you
gotta go to
allowed
Pam and
dis-
Kaheem's and you're not allowed shoes in their house, and somebody nigga feet, and somebody like, damn,
wear
who took
that
off
should
their
be
shoes?
something that you can actually.
I had
convey
wood
to him.
floors.
That
You
hits
wear
a single woman worse than damn who took off their shoes at a couple's event.
Yo, imagine you had
And you
hedonism.
know it's fucking Marlon. And you're like, nigga, you done came here like this.
Imagine you had hedonism and you just feet stank.
I'm done.
Y'all
wait,
trying to get
wait.
into it with another couple. This shit got older.
Wait, all right, wait. Marlon need to go to the doctor because a
Wait,
place
let-
like
let
hedonism,
Taya answer.
you ain't even wearing no socks.
Keith
Like, what
have
the
a
fuck is
couple's
that about?
night.
You walking around the island and your feet stink with no
Me-
socks on?
me- all right, so
How is your
Taya,
feet
no,
stinking with no shoes or socks on?
Me and Keith have a couple's game night. You've been dating Marlon. You never seen his shoes off before.
That's
but he
crazy.
said, hey, listen, I work.
I
I work.
shoot Marlon. Just
I
amputate his feet.
work in a situation where my feet, I got some issue with my feet. Come in our house. We just got our carpet done.
God
You know, you
damn,
gotta take
Marlon?
your shoes off. And then Marlon comes in. You know it's his feet because you smelled them before.
Oh my god.
And he
got
takes
a
off his
certain
shoes.
smell.
And Keith was like, God damn, whose feet? How would you react to that?
Oh,
would
I'm
that be a deal
clouded.
breaker?
I'm clouded.
I got jokes.
I just want to
Taya.
know. No,
I
let
got
Ty answer.
jokes.
I just want to know. Marlon come in,
I
feet
got
on
jokes.
fume. Feet
I'm
on
clouded.
fume.
On
And Keith was
fume?
like, damn. I mean, and he says it. Somebody in here stank. Like how?
I don't even know.
You don't know how you would you don't know how you would react to that? How embarrassed would you be?
Is this a deal breaker? I mean, you smelled his feet. You know he got a hard working job. He work on a cement plant. You know that.
Would you pull me to the side and try to explain what's going on? You really would?
I would.
You be like,
if
Keith.
I like him.
You be like, Keith, listen. I like.
If I like him, I be like.
I really like.
He has a
Marlon.
problem.
Oh, Taya, are you fucking kidding me? You would say he has a problem?
Yes.
Yo, y'all are shot the fuck
He has
out.
a
Are you kidding
problem.
me?
We're working on it. You know, so you have to excuse him.
And you know what? And I'm me, so I would be
Now,
like,
what if
all
it
right, that's
wasn't
cool.
Keith? What if another patron said, "Damn, what is that smell?" How would you deal with that? If like another couple, Kahim, his wife, and Kahim was like, "God damn, who took their shoes off?"
Or yeah, if it was,
I might play dumb, like I don't know.
if it was one of my guests, like it was one of my, like let's
I'd
say
be like, I don't know.
let's say we having let's say we do a live show, we having a party after the live show, and everybody everybody at the spot. Yeah, I'm saying everybody chilling, and somebody take his shoes off. You know what I'm saying? And you already know the haps of it and whatnot, and it'd be a little kid. Ew, somebody feasting! Something smell like steak. Yeah, like you ignore that.
I'm gonna play that game like, dang.
So
they
the
do.
next day, what would you be thinking? You going over and like, "Oh, this is a dope night," but my man's feet stink.
What do you say to
How would-
Marlon?
like
after
the
that?
next day, how would you evaluate the relationship?
I don't really know.
How the fuck did we get here?
I
Like,
don't even know. Like, I never thought about it.
yo, that's
So the next day, you like, "Damn, he been around my people. His feet was stinking. He blew up the whole party."
like what you
Like, how would it be a go? Like, all right, listen, I'm gonna just work with him next time. Make sure he got on clean socks. I'm gonna get him a pair of Skechers step-ins. I'm gonna make sure he
Yeah,
got
I'm gonna
Dr.
try to.
Scholl.
Break up with him.
I'm
if he
gonna
got
ask
Skechers.
him, to try to figure out what is the cause of it. Like,
Would you be like, you
is
know, they was
it
talking about
your
you?
feet sweating? Like, you need some, cotton socks. Like,
He gonna
what
fight
is
me
it?
because I'm clowning.
And this is only if he checked, like you said, 12 out of 20 in boxes. Because if he only checked one, then.
He gotta go. The feet
gotta
thinking
go.
is
yeah,
enough.
the feet stink.
But if I like him, and I see something
help
there, and that's the only issue, that's workable.
So let's say if you didn't tell Keith, "Hey, listen, his feet stink." Let's say he was like, "Yo, the game night was lit, but man, it smelled like
personal.
corn chips in my house the whole time." Like, damn. Would you be like,
I
"Yo,
got
I'm sorry,
Fritos.
that was Marlon. He got corns and whatnot. He working
It's
on the
embarrassing.
truck."
so if I said to you, so if I hit you up and be like, listen, Ty, I like Marlon. He cool.
How
he
in the
cool,
world
he
did
cool.
we get
I don't know.
How's her man Marlon? Like how?
I like Marlon. He cool peoples, man.
But as you can see,
Marlon from
Yeah.
South Carolina.
He gotta do something about his feet.
as crazy as the scenario is, it definitely shows I am considerate and not, just willing to toss people like you tried to make it out.
Oh,
that I am.
No, don't. Wow, really? I
You
didn't.
did.
When did I say that?
You did say that.
What'd I say?
That her and Kelly is alike, and they be tossing people.
They tagged.
And
you.
we got to be willing
All right,
to.
what if it was
conform
his breath?
And
What if it
Fuck
was
that. I
his breath?
can't do that. No.
Yo, that's
What if it was a breath? He was like, "Ha ha ha!" to one of the jokes,
I need to put Vicks on his tongue.
and then you got home later, and he was like, "Girl, I'm about to give you a."
Think about it. If
Rolly
his breath
Swanson.
steak, your coochie gonna stink because he go.
Yo.
Why you
Never
coochie
mind.
now, see,
But I think it goes, Keith, if your feet
Oh,
stink.
Marlon, my pH off. You got a bad tooth.
Wow. My pH off.
You got a bad tooth.
If
or
you
something,
fucking up the
nigga.
pH, you gotta
You got
go.
a
That's
bad
number one.
tooth, nigga.
If you fucking up the pH,
Now
you
that-
gotta
that-
go.
He made the coochie have to get a root canal.
That's no. Listen, that right there. I don't care if he check off
Gotta
12,
take a vein out the coochie for this.
12 out of 20 boxes. That shit bring it down to 6 right there. It got to, because that's affecting you now. That's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? Like.
But let's
I
talk
get
about
it,
our
though.
married life. I'm with Keith. We come to your house for game night.
Shit.
Marlon's feet is nice. Keith he work a very demanding labor job. He come and he take his shoes off, his feet stink. And I could do about this. I got 2 kids with this man. I've been married to this man for however long. We've been together for 37 years. If Keith walks in, I might make a joke like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all. Keith had a hard day at work today."
Whoa, you would say that out loud?
There's
Yeah.
an elephant in
tried
the
to-
room, and it's not going to trample all over me because
She tried to
your
protect herself.
hygiene is not on point. I might say for married couples, if your feet stink, they stink. They're like, oh, that's just keep his feet always stink, and it might be a joke.
You need
Right.
some lumen.
That's the difference between being married and being single. If you bring a new person around, they stink, it's not gonna work. You bring a husband around, they stink, people accept them because you know he stunk.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
No, I don't agree with none of this
Man,
shit.
what's up with
I'm gonna
this
tell you,
thing?
no, I don't agree. No, I'm gonna tell you why. We can move on after this, but I don't agree with none of this shit because, all right,
'Cause Marlon getting killed.
let's say, no, wait a minute though. Let's say that Marlon was a thief.
No, a thief. There's nothing to
That's
do with
it.
a thief.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying?
He's done.
Marlon
and
got your blender.
But see,
done.
that's what I'm saying, yo.
He's done.
Marlon got your blender under his arm.
Hey, nigga, I had a whole bottle of white Henny in the kitchen.
What white Henny?
I know exactly what white Henny.
I seen some dark Henny. And
I
ain't
know.
seen no white
I
Henny.
thought, Mark, he'll come up to you or whatnot, like, damn, you did have a white bottle of Henny right there, shit.
I drink white Henny too. I just bought this in here. It's your fucking bottle of white Henny.
Marlon might got a drug problem.
And
Let's go down to Kensington.
yeah, he gotta go.
Oh my God, man.
But again, the
I can't help a
parameters.
thief.
But again, the
man.
parameters of single versus there's certain things where it was like, come on now, y'all know Keith feet gonna stink. I'm sorry, I got.
So let me ask you a question.
Oh.
Who has more insecurities in relationships, men or women?
Man,
It depends on what the insecurity is. Financially, I think men do.
I was going to say,
Otherwise, I think women
Financially.
do.
I was going to say physically, I think women do, and I think
Yes.
socially, men do.
yes.
That's
Agree.
how I feel
I
about
agree.
that. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah. I agree with that wholeheartedly with them because I feel.
But I think insecurities are only as deep as you allow them to be. In my mind, I'm the best person. I'm trying to do it because my coworkers. First of all, you ain't gonna find no bitch better than me, okay? And if you can, like I always tell you, every time me and
And
you
that's how you keep a husband.
Here's how I end all arguments. If you can
That's how
find
you
a
keep a
bitch
husband.
better,
so.
get her.
So listen. This is what I
Ain't
said.
one came knocking on my door, so I'm good.
I ain't
I'll
going
play-
out here.
You know what I want to play?
No, don't change the subject.
No, because I want to play something real quick.
For
right?
me, it's that your insecurities only carry as far as you let them. Like,
Yeah.
so I have insecurities. Everybody does.
Yes.
But for me, I mean, my good always outweighs my bad. I got a fat ass. It wasn't bought.
Wow.
I drank too much.
That shit
Yeah, you
was
did.
poured down in Puerto Rico.
Where's Marlon with his stinky feet? We need him to come in here.
What? No, because some.
My shit was
How you
born.
buy ass with patience?
No, here's the deal though, because some people's
3 pesos get you an
some-
ass. 6 pesos get you ass
God
size.
some people's insecurities run deeper than others, and that's
But you
another
can't
thing.
put that on the person you're dating.
But listen to what I'm
if
saying.
I like your big nose and your
But
mohawk,
no, that's not because men's physical niggas is ugly regardless. Most niggas is ugly. That's not even.
no, there's some beautiful ass niggas out here.
You know what I'm saying?
There's
That's
some
what I'm saying.
beautiful ass.
motherfuckers out there, you be like, God, you better stay away
There's
from
some
my
beautiful
woman.
ass
Exactly.
niggas out there.
You got some guys
And
out
then
there,
what's
you be
beautiful-
like,
I'm
stay away
speaking-
from my wife.
But listen,
But I think also too, it depends on what's beautiful. Like I
But listen.
love a big nigga. Let Fletcher Cox come in here right now, Keith. I'm sorry, it's over. It's done.
Hey, listen, same
It's
thing.
done.
Look,
I love you. I appreciate the 21 years
Shannon-
you gave us. I love our kids.
Shannon got
But
mad
I'm
one
in this
time.
motherfucking coop. What?
Shannon got mad one time when I said I was take Kimberly Locke to the Grammys or whatnot when we first got together.
Nigga, do you know who was selling CDs off the back of the car? Not Kimberly Locke.
Let Paraka Chosa
That
come
CD.
in.
That CD.
I'ma
I
be
will put
Indian like a
Kimberly Locke.
motherfucker.
You better wait till you had 3.
You don't have to
American
back- you
Idol.
better wait back up a little bit.
That's American Idol, Kimberly Locke.
Yeah.
That's
that
his, but he like
Back-
big head light
one. Back when she was
You
thick. Now
definitely do
she
like
look-
big head, light skinned chicks.
Yeah, you never lied.
Oh, sorry. You,
But-
but you not light skinned. That's just your,
That CD I
that's
had
your
handy.
culture.
That CD I had handy. You take any. You better make sure it's your number. You better take her to a collaboration with Future CD. Don't take her on the grassroots CDs. I better be there for.
That was so long ago. But the
It
reason
doesn't matter.
But listen, the reason why I bring that up is that because
I will put that bitch in the head.
some insecurity. It won't be difficult.
We'll be
either.
fighting on the Grammy. I will tell Ryan Seacrest to come interview me. 'cause I'm about
But
to
listen,
beat
yo,
his ass.
listen, seriously though, because some insecurities run deeper for a lot of people or whatnot. And what happens is that a woman's, a lot of time, women, and that's the reason why a lot of women are getting their bodies done and shit like that.
I'm
to
getting
help,
mine done.
to help cure their insecurities when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, exactly what they're, you know what I mean, what they look like.
In the head strict.
A man's
Can you drink in my head? I just want to wear a headband.
she ain't even gonna see a doctor. She gonna see Beetlejuice and shit. You gonna sprinkle the shit on her head.
Big ass head.
I'ma shut up right up. Oh ass head. Oh,
Beetlejuice.
I hate y'all.
Uh,
That was a
fucking-
dumbass joke.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, but no.
But ain't it unattractive when a man got insecurities?
But here's the thing. But yeah,
Men have all the insecurities.
physical
Wearing
insecurities
that,
on a
you
man.
going there with
No,
that?
listen.
I never had that.
Physical insecurities on a man is extremely unattractive to
Go
women.
ahead,
I already
Shannon.
know. Because
Say it.
niggas that's ugly be out here, they just throw that shit on and whatnot, and they can pull something.
Oh yeah, but ugly girls can.
But
pull
I
here's-
have a preference for ugly men.
But here's the
I will talk to an ugly man before I talk to a
Oh, you
beautiful
must have
man.
lucked the fuck. Oh yeah, I did see your ex-boyfriends. Yeah,
Oh
you
shit!
right. You right.
Dash.
I have no comeback for that.
That nigga look like a velociraptor.
Mixed with Yoda. He like
Oh,
a Yoda velociraptor.
Baby
Nigga
Yoda.
was ugly as shit.
Oh my gosh. So listen, but men's social insecurities run deeper. That's the reason why a lot of men won't even fucking get married or even take that step to get married until they're fucking able to.
I think that's
you know what
smart.
I'm saying? Financial. You're right, but a lot of times it hinders them from a situation that they could be in. This is the problem. Straight up, these single motherfuckers out here, and I'm sorry, I'm not grouping you in there. I'm just saying,
That's
single,
fine.
single
It sound like
motherfuckers.
you was.
No, I'm not. I'm not. These single motherfuckers out here are not willing to take the ride.
No.
That's the whole thing. You know the reason.
Cause girl, it's a
You know the reason. Stop talking. The reason why. I'm gonna tell you the reason why they're not willing to take the ride. Because I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Those that are on the ride take the fucking ride for granted. The ones that are married take the fucking ride.
marriage
for
is
granted.
not a prize. And that's
See what I'm
I
saying?
realized.
It's
Marriage
not.
is
It's not a prize.
prize.
I agree with her.
Marriage is a goddamn marathon, a sprint. You
Yes.
got to jump afterwards. You got to work
It
with
is a
personal trainer.
business.
You got to limit your
Yes.
finance. Marriage is not the
But it's
end
but
all
it's
be all.
but
which
it's
is
up.
what I'm
But
realizing
it's
in my own life.
up. It's
Just
up to
because
the
you can
women
say,
that are married.
Oh, this my husband.
Yeah.
What
They don't
that
do it for
mean?
that
That
reason.
means
Right.
nothing.
Don't do it for that
Nothing.
reason.
Marriage,
Your
like I
husband.
said, is
No, I
getting to
wouldn't.
know if you.
And
if
he
you
drinking
in
a 40.
That's why if I had my preference, I'd be married
But listen.
when I'm like 50. I would never
listen,
get married. In
I'm
my
going
20s
with
or
70.
30s.
But listen. It's up to
76
the.
is the
but
age.
listen,
When I'm about to
listen.
die,
I
this
need
is what we
somebody
gonna
just to kiss me
Listen,
on my forehead.
It's up to the women that's. It's up to the
That's
women that's married.
say. Never mind.
Up to the women that's married that are willing that love their husbands and are willing to stay married.
Oh.
Stop talking for 1 second. You know what I'm saying? That are willing to
coming
stay
back.
married and make that choice to kind of convey to this younger generation that it's worth having.
But
You know what
no,
I'm
it's not about women. It's not. Let me tell you why it's not about women. Because men do the proposals most of the time. So let's stop thinking like marriage is this big.
I
all
think
in
most
all.
men
I
are
didn't-
forced
Because
into
I grew up.
proposals.
No. Let me just tell a little bit of my story.
Shit.
My
I think most
grandmother.
men
My
are
grandmother
forced.
had 8 kids. She had 4 boys, 4 girls.
Right.
None of my aunts was married. I was the first person married in my family since 1950 when my mom was
God
born.
damn.
49.
Right.
My aunt Sandy was born.
There's only 5
And for
men in
me,
Pittsburgh.
because of the way I was brought up, that was a prize.
Oh.
My whole family chipped in. Aunt bought this, uncle did this, aunt did this, because this was the first marriage that we had since 1950, before they was even born.
Damn.
Right? So I was always taught, again, listen to Disney movies and etc. Somebody's gonna come save you. They're gonna come and it's gonna be great. You're gonna be Ariel. You're gonna be, Princess Tiana. That's not the truth.
That's not real.
Yeah.
This
it's
shit,
not.
let me tell you, I wouldn't rather date. But if
I would not.
it is way easier to date 5 different niggas on 5 other dates
it's
than it is
not.
to be
It's
married.
not.
You
yo.
know how hard it is to go to
Absolutely
different
not.
people's
It's
houses?
not.
No, it's
Do you
not.
understand that
Not.
I'd rather have coffee than to sit here and go with this man back and forth
No.
for 2 weeks about a car?
I ain't talking about coffee.
No.
Stop bullshit.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about doing.
Now, y'all
going to
may not
multiple
agree.
houses.
No,
doing
This
that.
is
because
my-
that's not
All right,
the
this
way
is-
that's
this is-
not the
all
way
right,
that
but this
things
is- but
operate.
This is my truth, right? So
All right.
my truth is that, and my truth of being with Keith for 21 years, marriage to me, although it is a very pretty rock, it is a wrap with a bow. It's like, and for him too, it's like pushing a boulder uphill.
Yeah.
You get to some landings where you're able to take a break, you're able to enjoy, but you still have to inspire each other. You still have to encourage you. Like, it's like pushing a rock
But
uphill.
do you think
is
you
what
feel like
marriage
that
is.
because you're married? You see what I'm saying? Like you're
Yeah,
married.
exactly.
already,
And not only
So
that,
I'm a firm believer.
that's what I
that-
mean by taking it for
that being
granted.
married is just a title. It's about the partnership.
Yes.
It's about the
Talk to the mic. Talk
If,
to the mic.
if Keith and I never got married and we had a domestic partnership, great. Marriage is a piece of paper. It is. what it
Marriage is a business.
Life is about.
Stop.
Wait. Tell
Let's be real. Marriage is only about a business.
I didn't realize that when I got married.
The,
Until
hold on,
the
time
love, the love you have for a person is way before that piece of paper.
It is.
Most of the time, that piece of paper is just so y'all can make financial decisions.
Just so his
and
mom
had
don't
to-
come get this GMC.
Not only that. Life is about pushing a fucking boulder uphill, whether you single or whether you married.
It's just easier.
So you
want
to push the shit up the hill by yourself, then
There
go
you
ahead and
go.
rock out.
But
That's
think
what I'm
it
saying.
But if
depends on your preference.
wait. But if you don't want to do that and you want help, you know what I'm saying, and you want help in that realm, then that's what the marriage is about. You work together as a team.
Yes.
The problem is that people think that you walking up the hill of life without a fucking boulder on your back. Who the fuck said that if you by yourself for 40, 50 years that you don't have trials, tribulations, strife?
The boulder
all
might
that
be
shit?
lighter. I might have to carry a rock, not
I'm
a
a,
boulder.
I'm
Bullshit.
gonna give an example.
Tell her,
Go ahead,
Todd.
go
You
ahead.
say right.
Let's
Right.
talk.
Because I sat here and listened to y'all, and
Yeah.
Shannon talked about how she supports you, and when you're doing the
Right.
wrong thing, she come. I don't have that. I meet people that's like, why you doing that? I don't want to talk to nobody that's doing no podcast. I don't want to talk to nobody that's no social media.
What?
Like I meet men like that
You see them?
because they're intimidated because they're not doing anything, close to that level.
Well, weak men are intimidated by strong
You
women.
can do so much more when you have that other person encouraging you.
That's
So
what I'm
even
saying.
if you
The
say
right
you don't
person.
listen to the podcast all the time, that you still are supporting in so many other ways.
Absolutely.
I agree with
Even
Absolutely.
with giving him the space to be able to do the
Yeah.
podcast and
That's
go
my
out the
space
house
right
and
there.
It's
Right
moved. It's
there.
moved over a little bit.
even with
sometimes.
all of that, right? So when I'm meeting people, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking at that person that's going to say, "Oh, when does your show come on?"
Yeah.
Or, "Oh, you wrote a book. Where is it?
I
What's
got
it
a
about?"
question.
If you don't ask any of that, that ain't somebody I really want to
agree
be
with
in my
that.
space.
I
because
also gotta say, for men, we got all the time in the world. I
Right.
think for women, it's a expiration date.
Mhm.
I agree with that.
If you
I'll
want to
be
have
honest.
kids, but other than that,
No,
No,
it's a-
no.
It's an expiration date.
It's not. It's not. Just
They
about
wanting younger women now.
Yeah, it's
like
not-
I meet people
I
my
swear to
age and they like, you too young. They my age.
I
but I'm
want
too
an
young.
old woman.
So
I want an
a
old.
lot of them
I don't
want
want
younger
no
women.
younger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you
I'm
gotta get with
past,
your
my
stamina.
prime to a lot
Huh?
of people.
It's not. And like honestly, it is. There is a. That's the reason why. Come on, man. It's evident that women are more
Yeah.
sensitive about their age because of the simple fact that there's always a running clock.
Man could be 80
comedian
and get
said.
a 20-year-old.
A comedian said a joke a long time ago or whatnot that women treat life like it's a shopping spree. They trying to get everything they can get before time run out.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to get it all. Let me get
What
my,
they say?
let
I'm
me-
getting the bag.
Yeah, let me
I'm
get my
trying
bag.
to
Let me get my
the
husband.
bag.
Let me get my husband. Let me get my car. Let me get my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Can't
Let me
get the bag once you're 50.
Yeah, exactly. So
Only
what?
thing I wanted was kids, and I got that very not early on, but medium age. I got a
But
kid
you-
at 24. I got a kid at 30.
That's too early. No,
But that's
let me
it.
stop.
Right, but
I have my
You
kids
had a
at
kid at I was
21.
gonna say, your kids is 45 and 46. What are you talking about?
The other thing I wanted to say is
Right.
how Shannon said nobody in her family was married. All the women in my family were married. Grandmother, great grandmother,
Oh, really?
mom,
Right.
aunts. My sister married. My cousin just got married. So I'm like one of the only women that are not
I'm used to
married.
divorce.
So that's that's the other side of it. Like
Yeah.
I watched all of them get married. All I ever, I grew up seeing marriages. My great grandparents was married for 65 years. My grandparents was married for 47. My aunt been married for 30.
You know
So-
how they stayed married? They had side pieces.
Oh my God.
I totally agree with that.
I don't know if they
Oh
did or not.
shit.
That's how they stayed
No,
married.
you want to know
And I
what?
think
I'm
women
gonna
get
tell you.
mad
You want
if
to know how
have
they
a side
stayed
piece.
married? Because they did what you said. My grandpa ain't go nowhere. He ain't had no friends. All
That's
he did
what
was
you
go
gotta
home.
do. Go
All
home.
he did is go to work and go home all the
temptation is
time.
dangerous.
So when you said that, that's true.
That's true.
And that's what I
You
witnessed.
better take your ass home and start a podcast. Stop
Man,
playing.
That's what I witnessed. You know what I mean? So
But see, and my whole thing is that because a lot of times what happens, and reason why I say taking the situation for granted is we're human beings. That's kind of what we do. We do this in life with everything. You know what I'm saying? There are people out there that don't have houses, that don't have cars. And then what happens is that me and Shannon are going back and forth. She's sending me a text message while they delayed our fucking car another week. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, it's the stupidest shit in the world.
Pathfinder.
I am so mad right now.
I keep talking.
Pathfinder.
Nobody
I keep
mind
telling her
saying.
we need to change to another car, but she
Get the
she wanna wait for this
Pathfinder.
shit. But anyway, that's the whole thing, right? My thing is that that's such a fucking first world problem. But this is the life that we've led. This is the life that we've created. So therefore, we can say that. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is that it's just like it's just like anything else when somebody's speaking from a place of privilege. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I put the onus on married men and married women to kind of say to, hey, listen, this is worth having to the next generation, because if they don't know, then they don't know. And it's unfortunate because a lot of them aren't even in a position to even do that. You know what I'm saying? They're not even in a position to even tell you.
Though. I don't think the next generation is going to be.
I don't think so. These motherfuckers don't even
no,
talk to
because
women.
This younger generation, like, Lori Harvey and Young Miami and all of them, they are speaking against marriage.
Yep.
But you know why? Because they witnessed the people before them get married, and their idea of marriage is not positive.
But these bitches is in their 20s. And
right, but I'm just saying.
They're going to be wanting to get married when they 40.
But I'm just saying, people got married in their 20s back when we were in our 20s.
But it was wrong.
But in this generation, they like, no, I want to have fun. I want to do this.
Hell yeah.
They don't, their idea of marriage is not fun. Their idea of marriage is, I seen my mom looking worn out and stressed out all the time. I don't want to look like that. I want to have fun. So I think that, we have to change the perception of marriage. We have to, show more positive examples.
Because it is positive in being
like,
married.
even if somebody was listening to Mr. Know-It-All, episode 152, you know what I mean? They heard a positive example of marriage.
I would not.
Yeah, that's true.
They heard the real of marriage, but they still heard some positive love.
A 44-year-old
So when you
man,
always
I
hearing
would not
negative,
wanna be single.
negative,
Yep.
Listen.
it's not going to make you want to do it. It's like seeing a smoker back in the day. Nothing about a smoker made you want to smoke crack when you looked at them. They didn't look
Not at all, but they
so
still did.
that's how some of these young people are looking at marriage. They're looking at marriage like, no, every time I see somebody married, they look stressed. Their hair ain't done.
They always talk negative about it.
But see,
why would I want to do that?
But you know what happens? You know what happens for them after a while or whatnot? Yeah, you're right. Nobody wanted to smoke crack back then until one day they told you that the cure for AIDS was in crack. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden when you're 40, like, yo, I need to get that crack.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point.
As a
You know
man,
what I mean? The flip happens later on. You know,
I've been married twice, and I would say I would never want to be single.
Listen.
I'd rather be married. I would never want to be single.
To a broke down busted bitch than be single.
Huh?
You'll be married, rather be married to a broke down busted bitch than be single.
No, that's why you don't marry a broke down busted bitch. You gotta be smart.
Yeah.
So, no offense.
You gotta be smart.
No offense, but if you've been married twice,
At that first time, I learned.
Right. If you learn the first time, then
so it wasn't a broke down busted bitch the first time.
No, I think we was just young. I got married at 18.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, that's
I know
true.
her. I know her.
So we was just young and stupid, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that's what.
So
it
your
was.
first marriage was a missight on your part.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was an idiot. I was an idiot.
Why?
Yeah.
Why were you an idiot? What made this woman not the one?
I think I didn't understand what a good woman was.
Broke down busted bitch.
No. But you know what?
I didn't understand what a good woman was.
I think a lot of times.
He was like, I'm in the military. I'm about to get this extra funds if I get married. So let me marry you.
No,
so I can
but
get
I think-
100.
Oh, it had nothing to do with that.
No.
It would have had everything to do with that for me. Listen,
I
I get
was
married, I
ju-
get 100.
Honestly, I think I was the arranged person. They picked me because her mom wanted us to get married.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm about to go to Spain. It's about to get real.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But I listen. I think people could take it the way that they want to take it, and you're right. You know what I mean? It's always a double-edged sword because you don't really like you don't understand it until you understand. It's a 6ix9ine theory. I see it from one way, you see it from another. We looking at the same thing. All in all, you're right. We do have to shed, a better light on it. The only problem with it is that we're so microwave, we're so materialistic nowadays, especially for the younger generation. And I just think that now we gotta find a way to change the perception. The perception has to be changed irregardless. Like honestly, because what you gonna do? Like our fathers was taken away from the crack epidemic and jail.
My mom wasn't on crack, neither
and
was my
gun
dad.
violence. You know what I'm saying? And shit like
I
that.
need to.
But my thing is, I'm just talking about the epidemic itself. You know that? No, you know for a fact that
I just want to make that clear. I don't want
Also,
nobody.
you don't have to. You didn't have to
marriage
be on
was-
crack to be affected. by
Yeah,
the
but
crack
you don't want
epidemic.
I don't want no clip to come out and they be like, "Oh,
Marriage
man
was
was on crack." 'Cause
beneficial
You know that's
to
how
men.
rumors get
Oh,
started.
yeah, you're
I
right.
don't-
You-
Now
Yeah.
remember, marriage was beneficial to men. So that's what it was. And then as it went on, women found it beneficial for
Right.
them.
Right.
But the married part, it's just a system. They made us think you supposed
Well,
to
who
be
does it
married.
benefit now?
Both.
Both, I think.
As it should.
It should. It
should.
be for
It
both.
should.
But
benefit
I don't
both.
think all the time in relationships that's the way it works.
Well, yeah, that whole people don't understand happy wife, happy life always included the husband. They just think it's about the wife and it's not.
And I
So-
think They forget the husband need to be
No,
happy.
look it up. It literally,
The husband-
literally includes both. You keep your
They do
wife
it,
happy.
right.
She keeps you happy.
If
and
she don't
y'all
keep
have
you-
a happy
in
life.
different
If she don't keep
Right,
you
in
happy,
different ways.
the other girl gonna keep your husband happy.
But men
And the
have
other
allowed
man gonna keep
people
your wife
to-
happy.
And that's true.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely
Lord
right. No, you're absolutely right.
As long as
They
he
right.
pay them bills.
Yup.
I don't care what he
So-
do. I'm at the
Mr.
age.
Frank, the light bill doing the
I'm about to say this nigga got something on the mortgage.
I was like,
You know what I'm
what-
saying?
What
Like,
you going on a date?
But-
make
but
sure you
no,
pay this car note.
I know we giving like conflicting. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
Things, but
I'm
saying.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, but at the, you're. I hate to get into that realm or whatnot because I think that's what a lot of these motherfuckers is fighting against. These young boys don't really have an understanding, and these women is like, fuck y'all, I don't need y'all, I can do whatever I want to do. But at the end of the day,
Because they can.
how that's working out for you? How is that?
If I got to do with Marlon with the stinky feet, it's working out fine because you're not embarrassing me out.
But if
Oh
you
my
like
God.
Marlon with
Marlon.
the stinky, if you like Marlon with the stinky feet, we about to wrap this up. But if you like Marlon with
Don't
the
name
stinky
your
feet,
kid Marlon, please.
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
we not having no more kids. This shop is closed and shut down.
Yeah, Marlon kind of caught astray with this entire thing. I think I asked.
If
all
you bring
the
them
questions.
tired, I'm gonna act like I don't smell it.
I want listen. No,
I'm
So-
clown.
so-
You know me. I'm clown.
I mean, working men got working feet.
no,
It's
they
true.
still shouldn't stink.
So let me ask you a question. Insecurities,
things
just the
out
last
here.
thing. Insecurities. Do you think that it's a partner's job to help fix the insecurity?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
If you know I got an insecurity with my stomach, you be like, babe, you put on, I see you with the crop top on, you look good, you look fine. Yes.
Put your stomach on my head.
Yes. So you can't fix it, but you can make me feel better about it because if you ain't about to pay for this tummy tuck, you could do something.
Exactly. You got
Right.
gotta make your
So
woman
no, you
feel
can't
good.
fix anybody's insecurities. Yes, you absolutely do because
But if a man, wait. So question: a man's social insecurities, is it up to the woman to
yes,
help fix
hey
that?
babe, we going
Yup.
here. It's gonna be good.
yeah.
It's Taya, Kahim, Marlon, and
So that's the, but
Irie.
that's the.
I'm not going out with Marlon.
So that's the time when a nigga fucked up. When a nigga fucked up that week, and it looks good on paper for the man to pay the check, and you like, oh shit, let me slide you that card.
okay.
So you can pay
No,
the
I'm
check.
not gonna slide him the card. I'm gonna give it to him before we get there.
Give it to him
Sliding the
before you
card
get
is
there.
showing.
I'ma be
I'm
honest.
Taya.
I'm gonna be. That's a certain type of man because when
Right.
we go out, because I don't just pull my card out. My wife usually pay,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not her money. It's
Wow.
my money. I don't care about what it looks like to other people.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a social insecurity.
Yeah, and that's where it is.
Boom,
Like,
there you go. And that's, yeah.
People might see
But
her
I
paying.
think it's the same way if you know that if I run these 5 laps, I'm gonna look fat and tired. So you need to be sitting there like, hey babe, go ahead, you got it, you good, you good. Come on,
Yeah,
let's get
absolutely.
5 laps. You
Yeah,
gotta make it like the only 5 laps that matters is your 5 laps, not the 5 laps about the whole
Right.
marathon.
absolutely. No,
That's
absolutely.
it. Because like Taya said, if I wanted to be by myself and I didn't want the encouragement, I'd be by myself.
Right.
So yes, I think it's always good. Like I say, I always look cute. And you don't never tell me I look cute, but that's all right. You know what I mean? I know I look cute.
I tell you, you look cute.
You don't. You
You
don't.
supposed to
Even
tell
so
her
much
she
of it,
look
Aries,
cute.
that he's too busy looking at
That's
himself.
a
in the mirror
Saunders thing.
to say to anybody. No, it's not. Y'all so full of yourselves.
You don't tell me. You don't tell me I'm cute either.
I tell you cute all the time.
When?
I
Me
buy
too.
half your clothes. I say you look cute.
You don't buy my clothes no more.
I don't, but I give you. You know, I'm not even getting into
God
it.
damn.
These
She
is
like,
not-
I think
these
this
is
would look
not-
nice
buy
on
my clothes. All right.
I tell Keith he looks good way more than he told me he looks good. I gotta go hear from Mr. Frank at the
I'm
bar.
gonna be honest. I tell my
Crazy.
wife
Not
probably
true
every.
at all.
I give my wife a
Don't be
compliment
from
every
this
day.
podcast. And I had 8 drinks. I'm about to tell him.
No,
what's
yeah,
going
don't
on.
tell you because you lying.
I'm gonna be
Don't
honest.
tell
I
her
give
that.
my
don't-
wife a
hey.
compliment every day.
My husband gives me 0 compliments because number one,
I
I'm a
do.
Leo,
Oh
I'm
my!
feeling
Are
myself.
you fucking kidding me?
I am fucking serious with you.
Just give her jokes. Just be like, your head. bitch."
That's all he knows is jokes. That's all he can look in the mirror. And go
That's
like
how
this.
we show love.
It
though.
don't matter what. Keith can have on 3 carpets and a
Oh my
fucking,
god.
and a fucking sandwich bag. He look in the mirror
3
and go like this.
carpets.
You ain't never seen a nigga rock a carpet in a sandwich bag like the kid. You ain't never seen it.
And that's how he be in
I
his
saw
head.
you in that brown leather.
That's why
suit, though.
Aries and
Hey,
Leo.
nigga, first and foremost, you're supposed to bring up the brown leather suit that was probably years ago.
That was way before me. This
And
nigga
I
would never
warned
go
you to
nowhere-
stay out of my
Had to
personal
Looking like,
affairs.
looking like Mr. Hanky. He would never go nowhere with me.
Had the Cadillac worn out.
Oh,
seat.
word?
Mhm,
Word?
mhm.
That's what we want to do?
Anyway,
I'm about to bring up that high school prom picture.
I don't care.
Oh,
Oh, I had a date.
I saw
I had
that.
a date.
Yeah.
I wasn't alone. It wasn't Periwinkle either. I had a date.
Like MC Light and shit.
You ain't
Oh,
lying.
well.
I thought you
Oh,
was
well.
about to pull out the keyboards.
Oh well. At least I wasn't rapping at my prom.
Oh.
Ooh.
Was I rapping at my prom?
Yeah.
No.
I
He
know.
was,
What
he
you
was
talking about?
unsigned hype.
That's cool.
Oh my God. You know she
Ooh.
cut you, right?
No, it's cool.
She cut you.
That's cool.
Shannon cut
That's
deep.
cool. That's
Don't
cool.
invite
I would
me.
not argue with
So,
Shannon because she
don't
was trying to
invite
hurt
me.
I
your
know,
feelings.
because she tried to bring
Don't
up shit.
invite
That's all right.
Shannon, you
No.
you get a kick out of hurting feelings.
That's how
don't
your fucking date look like Bookman.
First of all, I think like Morris roast nut.
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
gonna say
exactly.
that.
Morris ass nut.
you haven't
That
had
was Morris
roasted
ass
nuts.
nut. And he's on my Aunt Karen with his other side chick for the whole next day before the after prom. We
Oh
gonna
my
get into that.
God.
See, that's a damn shame. You know what I mean?
He was
Right?
22. How you been with an 18-year-old?
I know exactly. And he was R. Kelly. Like, come on,
You
man.
ain't
Get outta
lying.
here.
He was in Megan's Law.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ain't answered the question.
Go ahead, Ty. I'm sorry.
Sorry, we be joking, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. It's funny.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
enjoying it. Dang, what was the question? Oh,
Oh shit.
about fixing
Fixing the
insecurities.
insecurities. Yeah.
Now, I don't think you can fix anybody's insecurities. Insecurities is, within you.
Yeah.
But you can do things to help decrease them. And
I
I
agree.
think that is your job as a partner. Like, everybody was mad at Aisha Curry, but you see after she made that statement, what her husband do? Put her in the gym. She went
Locked
and
it
got
down.
on the cooking show.
Well, first he told her to shut the fuck up.
We don't know that.
We know that.
Stop talking.
But
like,
My
People
point.
didn't understand, and I think that was such a big deal is because the world does not like to see black women be that vocal about being insecure.
It's a threat.
And they felt like, oh, well, you got money and your husband is this and that. That adds to the insecurities because, like she said, it's women who, in her mind, after she done gained some weight, had 3 kids that look
Right.
much better than her, and her husband is the superstar, and on top of that, ain't nobody saying nothing to her.
but she didn't say that she wanted to be a better person. She just said she wanted to look better than
That's
other
not the
niggas.
No.
If you
She
not
said,
getting
I
it from
don't.
at home,
She
you
said,
gonna
I
get it from
don't want
somewhere.
the
You ain't
attention.
lying.
I don't want the attention.
I'd have popped her with
It
the
would
weight.
just be nice to know that somebody's looking. That's the thing. You go out in the street and nobody else say nothing to you, and you already feel
It's a
like you don't look
self-esteem
good.
thing.
But
Yeah.
they do that out of respect for Steph
Not
Curry.
necessarily.
No.
Who gives a,
That's
who
what they was
gives a
saying.
damn
I'm
about somebody
Aisha,
being
I'm
married?
not Steph.
Nope.
I'm Aisha. I'm
If
not
I see
Steph.
Right.
Aisha
Who
and Steph
cares
here,
about
I'm looking
running
at
ball?
that girl.
People come at people's wife every day.
You
That is
ain't
not
lying.
why.
Yeah, but
And in
that-
her mind, that was not why.
Yeah,
That
but
was
I don't
not
think
why.
everybody
But
who
what
wiped
you
that
don't
is ain't the
understand-
greatest
but this what you
3-point
gotta
shooter of all
understand.
time.
Listen, this is what you got to
It's
understand.
like light-skinned Jesus.
You got to understand.
Nigga makes every fucking
if
basket he
I-
shoots.
If I
Curriculum.
already feel a way about myself,
Yeah.
and on top of that, other people are co-signing it, whether directly or indirectly,
Right.
it only makes the insecurities worse.
And
I
she
speak
see all
from
the
experience.
thoughts.
Had insecurities about weight when
Right,
I was
right,
skinny. I
right.
had insecurities about weight at this size, right?
Right.
Not now, but I did in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You good.
And if somebody said something,
This nigga.
I'd be
Shoot,
crying for
this
3
nigga.
days. Oh my
good.
God.
That's-
That's, that's Steph Curry behind.
Oh
you.
Lord! Oh my God! He don't want to talk to me because I'm thick and this and
I
that,
boost my
whatever,
women up.
whatever. Now it's like you don't want to talk to me because I'm thick. All right, so somebody will. You know what I mean?
Yup.
But I didn't used to think that way.
A lot of
So
women
that's
don't.
why I
Yeah.
said earlier I understood about Dania.
Yeah.
It's like when somebody choose somebody else over you or somebody cheat on you with somebody, the first thing is like, damn, it's because I picked up weight. Damn, it's because I don't have the job that she had. Like,
She
you
already
just
knew she
automatically
wasn't
start
number
making
one.
the comparisons
Right.
because you already feel less than
Mm-hmm.
because of your insecurities. But when you confident, you think like Shannon, like, well, if you can find better, go get another one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, go
understand,
get
my
right.
motto.
somebody else.
Yup.
You know what
And
I
it
mean?
works.
But every woman is
Yeah.
not like that.
If you can find
Them
another chick
insecurities
better,
are
go
a
get her.
prison. It's a mental.
I think
Ain't nobody showed up at the door.
But
so
I-
I
but
guess
you know
I'm
what-
the
More
but
one.
you know
women
what's-
say it like that.
and
to a
and the
man.
wrong man
Mm-hmm.
will manipulate you based on them insecurities. That's
see-
why it's very
Right.
important. So,
True.
like Steph said, no,
Yeah.
baby, go get in the gym so you can feel better about
Right.
yourself.
She was
Another
bad.
man will be like, well, you already said you was fat. That's why I went and got
I took
got
her
this
fat.
See,
skinny
that's
woman.
that's
Like,
crazy.
So
that's crazy.
so that's the difference,
After you having for
between
another
the
nigga.
two.
But I also think that whatnot. But that's where it comes to the landing point, and I think that's why this new generation. That's why it's the red pill shit. That's why it's all that, because at the end of the day, we as men, especially the married men, and I lend this to us or whatnot, we can rock with that and say, you know what, I agree with her. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, you know who I think? I think married women should tell these single men like, yo, nigga, like, yeah, but if it was another nigga better than him, then I would try to find him as well. Niggas need to stand on their square. Like at the end of the day, you absolutely
Niggas
right.
don't never have to stand on their square. Because let me tell you, the fattest, ugliest, blackest, dumbest, stupidest ass nigga can get whoever they want. Look at Rick Ross. No offense, Rick Ross.
Yo, how did Rick Ross catch a string?
He need to catch got you
I'm just
straight. He
saying.
came at envy wife. He out of pocket.
It's all about looks for men, but it's all about money, status, etc. for women.
Wait a minute, y'all.
So then that's how it goes.
That's
Like,
how it
but when you
you
talk
can
about,
be the ugliest ass man in here, but if I'm with you, you got status, and I'm good.
but I talk.
I mean, but if I'm the most frumpiest, stomach out,
But
Right.
listen,
And you ain't got no money.
But I
And
talked
you ain't-
about.
yeah, right.
But when I talked earlier, I talked about a man.
I gotta be a child psychologist to get in
No,
here.
no.
Like,
But I
Got
talked
you.
about a
Shut up,
man. I talked
Shannon.
about a man's insecurities.
I mean,
a
not
social.
me, 'cause I mean,
Man,
all
I
of
could work
them.
at Burger King.
I told. No, listen. I talked about a man's insecurities.
Without
I don't work at
being
Burger King, but I
social.
run that beef.
Wait,
I
one at a
ain't sound
time, please. When I talked about a man's insecurities, I talked about it being social insecurities. So it ain't
don't
never.
wanna
It ain't got nothing to do with him being good looking or nothing like that. It has to do with the fact that you okay, cool. You are absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yes, you are absolutely right. I think you the bee's knees. Respect me the same way. Because
Bee's
at the end
knees.
because at the end of the day,
He's got needs.
that's what well, this is one of the things. You know what I'm saying?
Maya to
At
be.
but at the end of the day, it's one of those things where we have to show that the current clash is in the same way.
Right.
Because what happens is that there's a direction. On one side, you got some niggas like, oh, that nigga's a simp. Or then you got it like, oh, she's a hoe. Or she ain't smart enough and she ain't pretty enough to keep one. Oh, nigga, you ain't rich enough. You ain't doing this, that, and the third. I got to get my shit together.
But that's
There's
always gonna be.
right. But that's the reason why I'm saying it. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because that's where the conflict comes in at and whatnot. So anytime these things are said, like a lot of men swallow their pride and like, you know what? I don't even, you know what I mean? Niggas don't want to smoke. Niggas just stop talking like, you know what? You right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Let her get her shit off because you're absolutely right. But at the end of the day, a real nigga, fuck all the extra shit, fuck all the riches, fuck all the cars, fuck all that, is a nigga that's on his square regardless, confident in what he doing the way
And
that he
how many
fucking
of
move.
those are in the world?
There you go, Shannon. This is what
Right,
this is
right,
How
exactly,
many
right
of
here.
those
this
are in
is
the world?
exactly what I be talking
5
about.
out of 1
There we
billion.
go. That's
What's that?
exactly what I be talking about.
What's that?
Right? Well, just what you just did.
There's not a lot of
What?
there's not a lot
Get
of- there's not a lot
it.
of black
It's
men
not
that are in their spirit.
realistic.
It's not. Everybody's looking for the Meg Thee Stallion. Everybody's looking for the what is her name? Who's been dating
Talk to the
everybody?
mic. Talk to the mic.
Everybody's looking for the Lori Harveys. Everybody's looking for that, and don't have the status or the fucking credentials to keep that kind of woman, right?
You ain't lying.
Yeah,
You know what I
you're
mean?
right.
Right.
Or and us women don't have the kind of money to keep up with that kind of woman either.
But
Because
it's
that,
also it's,
that
but
woman
it's-
is built. It's not made.
It's self-confidence in oneself.
No, it doesn't
Like
matter. You
that's-
got the most self-conscious in the world, but at the end of the day,
I'm
Rick
talking about-
Ross
I'm
is
so-
dating a comedian girl right now.
Who?
He dating Lil V or whatever her name is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No ass, no titties, no nothing. She funny.
What the hell I got to do with anything?
That has to do with what you're saying is that it doesn't matter. Like, so at the end of the day, looks matter to people. And then status matters to people. So you're going to get people based upon your looks and based upon your status most of the time. Like you always said, most of the time you don't see people who are mismatched. You and I, we complement each other. We make around the same amount of money, give or take. We look similar. You're a little fluffy. I'm a little fluffy. We have the same tax
So
bracket.
you saying
a
y'all
little
look
bit.
like brothers and sisters?
People say that all the time.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like,
I
normally see
hate
people-
that shit.
You won't see a big fat ass nigga with a low ass chick who's model type, who's an Instagram model, unless he has money.
Money. Yeah.
You're not
Right.
going to see a very good looking girl who's with Joe the garbage collector. It's not going to happen.
That's because they downplay the blue collar man, though.
Right.
Well, that
Oh,
was
that's a
a couple
whole-
podcasts.
Oh,
ago.
sorry.
Yeah, that's a
Like
whole
people-
nother episode.
Like people deal with like people.
True.
That's
Right.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Regardless of race, religion, creed, ethnicity.
right.
Like people deal with like people. That's
Yeah,
it.
I agree
You know
with
what I
that.
mean? If I be in LBs and you be in LBs, we might be able to get together. We both in LBs. You know what
Yeah, I
mean?
agree
Both
with
in
I
the
agree with
spot.
that. I agree with
That's
that.
it.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do. If you're never in any places I be, I'm not gonna see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're a very, very skinny man who I'm not attracted to and you have a lot of money, I might be with you. But if you're a very, very unattractive man with a little bit of money, I'm probably not gonna be with you because you have a little bit of money and you're
Yeah.
unattractive.
I mean, and that's you know what I'm saying, like the materialized side
I don't
of it.
know
you
if that
absolutely-
made sense. I
No,
won't
no.
make
You
it
know,
low.
the materialized side of it is everything, and I understand exactly what you mean. I'm just talking about the fact.
Like people do like people. You
I'm
won't
talking
see
about-
fat with fat, skinny with skinny.
Right.
medium
I
with
get that. I get that.
Really? Sometimes you get medium with fat, you get fat with skinny, but most of the time, like people deal with like people.
Right. But I'm talking about overcoming the adversity of insecurity. You know what I'm saying? That's the only
You're
thing that
not
I'm talking
never
about.
gonna be able to overcome that.
No.
Nah.
The
Yeah.
same way, let's say Brian's brother's having a party at LB's tonight. I know most of the people in LB's. If I'm at LB's, people hugging me, da da da. You'll be like, "What the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck?" Yeah, your head might go like this because I know a lot of people in LB's.
Right.
You might be thinking like, "Oh shit, she messing with him. She know him. She got his number. It's only because I'm in that environment and you're not.
But see, my thing is that that's not me. So at the end of the day, if
It is you. You don't show it on the outwards, but it is you. I'm like, oh, okay, so dude that bought his drinks to the old ass man, Mr. Charlie. What is his? You might come back and be
I
like,
might be
okay,
like, oh, who that? You know what I'm saying? But my thing is that it's never about along the lines of me being insecure with myself and thinking like, all right, he's going to take my woman.
Keep in mind that insecure
That's-
with yourself doesn't have to go to that level.
Talking to the mic.
Insecure with yourself doesn't have to go to the level of somebody taking
Right.
your woman. It could just be, okay, this man got a mohawk. He built. He a personal trainer. Okay, he might on any given Tuesday be able to talk to my woman because he does not look like me. Insecurities doesn't mean that you think somebody's going to take something from you.
Right.
It's just a thought that goes through your mind.
Yeah.
Like, damn, what is he offering that I'm
I don't
not?
know.
Right.
Because I'm looking at the highest form of insecurity. I'm not the consideration.
levels
of the fact
to
that
insecurity.
It's levels to it and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's not about being on guard because you're worried about a nigga that's diesel that's around your woman.
But
It's
it
about-
might be.
It's
for
about
some.
it's about the insecurity is the side that affects the outcome of the way you interact with your woman because you're threatened by another motherfucker. That's the difference.
No, that's
No.
the difference. Being threatened.
That's
and
my
being
that's my
insecure are
thought
different
process.
things.
If I get in an argument
Being
about my
threatened and being insecure are two different.
But if I
things.
get into an argument about my wife over another nigga or whatnot because I don't like the interaction and whatnot, then that's an insecurity that I'm
Not
explaining.
necessarily.
So let's say tonight we go to LB's. I know most of the people in LB's. I know most of the customers, the owner, etc. We it touched my mouth.
Oh my God.
All right.
So let's say we're in there
I'm
and
not
somebody
mature.
say,
Yeah.
"Oh, Shay, da da da." All right, yeah, run on whatever they drinking, and the
Right.
rest of the night he run whatever he drinking. We talk. You don't know what we talking about. He come over, he hug me. I'm sitting here with this man, like, yeah, da, da, da. You might be like, what the fuck is going on here? We might be talking about bar shit. We might be talking about Tuesday shit. We might
Right.
be talking about bar guild shit. You don't know, but in your mind is this nigga done bought every drink we done had.
Right.
He in my wife's face. He's smiling. He giggling. It's not that you have a deep insecurity. It for anybody it might be. Well, who the fuck is this?
But it's levels to everything. Now, if he reach over and smack your ass, and I'm like, nigga, the
Well,
fuck.
smacking
That's
ass.
just, you know what
So-
I'm saying? That's different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even about an insecurity now. It's just like, yo, the insecurity goes from, okay, one thing is one thing and another thing is another. That's
We're
disrespectful.
not talking about smacking ass.
So my thing is that if you talking to somebody that you know or whatnot, like, oh,
We're not
Charlie,
talking
you
about
crazy.
smacking ass.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that
Yeah.
deep.
I don't know. See, me, I don't agree. Because I feel like the level to it is actually what defines it.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
because if he can run a bar and you can't, that's a status in and of itself.
right.
If he's like, oh, get them whatever they drinking all night, and you can't turn around and be like, all right, nah, give him whatever he drinking all
Right.
night. If you
Okay.
can't do it, it's still insecurity. It doesn't mean that.
It's an insecurity on my part if I feel a way about it.
There's a difference between insecurity and disrespect.
There you go.
Nobody's gonna smack my ass.
Okay. So you
But
said,
if he's like, oh, you with him, cool. Get him whatever they drinking all night.
okay.
And you can't return the favor and be like, all right, cool, nah, sit
Oh
back,
no,
sit
nigga, I'm
back.
cheap. I ain't insecure. Good luck.
But most men,
So that's
go in
the
You know what I'm
part.
saying? Like, good luck.
You-
I appreciate
You
that.
got to know yourself, and you got to own your insecurity.
That's my. But
So if it's a situation where somebody's being disrespectful and you say something, and then somebody's like, "Oh, you just being insecure." No, I'm not being insecure. They were being
disrespectful, right?
because
exactly.
I know I'm not being insecure.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
but see, that's me knowing me and
Right.
understanding
You
me.
have to know yourself.
So,
That's the
but
point.
that's where my line is at. People, I feel like the level of insecurity comes in with the fact that this niggas out there they don't even like niggas talking to their woman.
That's insecure.
That, that's a different type of. That's what I mean
That's
by the levels.
corny.
The
Right.
levels of insecurity. So therefore, when I say something like, "Yo, if a nigga smack your ass," that's disrespect. That ain't
Right.
insecurity.
There you go.
So that's the reason why I keep bringing up the level of the shit and whatnot. It's all about what you think that I'm feeling about it. If he sending drinks and you think that I have something inside of me that's feeling away because he can afford the drinks,
You
no.
can always look on a man's face and see what's
Right.
happening.
There you go.
So if I know 13 people in a bar and I'm
Right.
hugging, they each buy me shots, they doing this, they doing that.
Right.
I don't care who you are, insecure or not. If me and you go somewhere, it's podcast land.
Yeah.
You know, a bunch of podcast people, they see you drink. So part of me is gonna be like, well, damn. It's not harping on my insecurity that bad, but I'm still on my eyebrows still gonna raise like, oh shit, well, he getting drinks from this, he hugging this girl, he talking to her, she got a BBL, she got this. It's not about necessarily paying on my insecurity to the point where I'm gonna approach you with it, but it still might make you feel a type of way.
That's all right.
That's
I
what
mean,
happened with
listen,
Aisha Curry. It's like you see all these women.
I don't know.
who-
We
who
go
body,
James going to
who
sleep.
body is
Yeah.
better than yours.
Right.
You know who you think look better than you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
you could take my husband, but at the same time,
I
you
just
know,
don't.
you trying it.
I'm just
You
a
can
man
try.
that don't get insecure.
I mean,
know what I'm
like
saying?
honestly,
I'm
what
not
I'm
an
Well, that's
insecure
great.
dude.
That's great.
Until you get, and this is no tea, no shades, anybody, but if you have a woman that people desire,
Right.
your insecurity is going to be a different level
Yeah.
than if you don't.
That's
Yeah.
If you have a regular running the shade, plain Jane,
Mhm.
there's no insecurity in that. But if I'm a bad bitch like I am, and I'm walking into a place, everybody know me, everybody dapping me up, everybody giving me
I
drinks.
Oh
Still,
yeah.
I didn't
It's
have
still-
it. I ain't never been insecure.
That's
But
what I'm
not-
saying.
not-
It's all
not
about the
necessarily
level of
gonna do what
interaction.
she gonna
Not-
do.
and
What
and
she
that's
gonna do.
right.
Not necessarily insecure, but again, your eyebrows going to raise a little bit, and that's what it's just an. It's
But
natural
that's
thing
to
with
me,
us
it's just
being
the
people.
level of interaction, though. Like at the end of the day, it just comes down to the way that things are interacting and whatnot. If somebody grabs you, you know what I mean, in a way,
She
if you
playing with the mic.
right, if you being flirtatious or whatnot, or if you doing something.
But in the bar industry, that's what it is. Though.
Oh, but I'm talking about like you know what I mean, he grabbing you around your hip or whatnot, or whispering in your ear and shit like that. Shit like that.
they may
there's a
whisper
diff-
some shit like, "I forgot to pay that tab last week," and I
Right.
might be like, "Ha ha ha, you did."
Right,
But
but
in your mind, you think, "What this nigga whisper to?" But wait, you
no,
whisper to
but
my
it's
girl.
all about
You owe
the
me
way this
$35.50 is what I'm
approach.
whispering.
Like I don't know, man. Like I said, we can go round robin about this all day, but
But you're you in your area, so you're never going to admit to that, and that's fine.
But at the end of the day, because it's definitely
So
got,
you don't have any thought at all. That's all we're talking about. That's why I said.
my thought. My
that's why I
thought.
said
My
there's
thought
levels
is
to
that. My thought is
insecurity.
that this is always going to be my thought. My thought is that okay. The understanding is that okay, if you don't know that she's married, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean, which they more than likely don't, and it's in front of me. You know what I'm saying, and they talking. You know what I mean, what you call it, and the man does a gesture. Puts his hand around her waist, puts his hand on her ass. So you know what I mean, taps on the hip or something like that.
Nobody
Tries
puts their hand on
tries
my-
to whisper in her ear. Then I'm thinking like, it's not even about an insecurity thing. It's like nigga, because if I do that, then it's a problem. So therefore, what I'm saying is that the disrespect has
That's
to.
all we saying.
But that's not an insecurity. What that is me knowing the line. I know
but
the
if you
line.
know
I draw the
me,
line in the
if
sand.
You know me, and you know I've
Like-
said, "Hey,
like real
listen,
rap.
people think I'm single for an economical purpose." And you know that I'm in this bar business for economic purpose, and we're around bar people, and bar people give me a hug, or they, "Oh,
Yeah.
Shay, da da da." Then you know I'm not here for that. You know what I'm
Nobody-
here for.
I'm not talking.
Your mind will still go where most men's minds go. That's
and what's
all I'm
that?
saying.
What's that? That I'm threatened by that?
Oh
man?
shit! This nigga put his hand around my wife's waist. I gotta punch him in the face.
Right. Don't put your. But if you put your,
But
it's
you
not
just said he
insecurity.
didn't know she was married.
If
though.
she don't know he married,
Exactly.
and I wouldn't even approach him, I'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck is up with you?"
I'm making my money.
In front of me?
Don't come to
Oh,
the bar.
okay, yeah. About to say you ready? You
Don't come to the bar.
That's my whole. It's not even an insecurity. It's like you have the
And this does not happen to me.
right. You have the unmitigated
This does not-
gall
mic off, I
to
can't
do
hear
that
myself.
shit in front of me.
This
Like
does not
I don't
happen
care.
to
If
me.
I'm not
But you
there,
also can't. You can't control another person's
Right.
actions. So if I'm used to hugging you and I'm used to saying, "Oh, hey, what's up, Ray," and you hug me and I hug you and his hug gets a little low, then it's not that he's touching my ass. His hug is low, and it's the way we usually hug.
and I'll be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like right.
So is that insecurity, or is it that this is what she normally does when I'm not here? I'm here now, so I
Right.
see.
See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all throwing paint where it ain't. You putting insecurity. you putting insecurity into a place that was not a place that needed to be insecure.
But if you're not insecure,
So let me ask you a question. I walk into a bar or whatnot, and I see, you know what I mean, my favorite bartender. You know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, how you doing and whatnot? And I grab her by the waist, you know what I'm saying? And we talking, and I'm telling her this, that, and the third. And she's a part. Now, but mind you. I'm getting paid from the bar. I'm getting paid from the barcast now. This is one of my regular patrons from the barcast. You know what I'm saying? Like she's there. She comes and she buy drinks or whatnot. They give money to the super chat on YouTube and all that other shit and whatnot. And we talking this, that, and the third. And we having this conversation. And I'm on a tip, like I'm being respectful. You know what I'm saying? But she reaches over, she whispers something to me. Is that you being insecure? Is that me allowing a situation to maybe go to a place where it don't need to go, especially with you in the room?
So if you allow this when I'm not here, then it's me being insecure because you've allowed this person.
Why are you not talking into the microphone?
The microphone's not on.
Turn the mic.
She
you
got
gotta turn your
tired.
body. Here,
I got tired of hurting up. We need a break.
All right. You about
But
to stop.
it's me not understanding how you communicate with the people who you work with. So if you work with this person and she's used to doing this every Monday, but this Monday I happen to be there, then it is a little bit of my insecurity tapped with your boundaries. It's a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like I'll give a perfect example. So like Taya, totally innocent person, doesn't know me. I don't know her.
Right.
He talks about you in this way. It's like, oh, Taya did this for my book. Taya did this for my copyright. Taya did this. So as his wife, I'm like, wait a minute. You never told me you published your manuscript. Oh, well, Taya said. And so for me, it's like, well, damn. Well,
Right.
what does that mean? Like, okay, Taya. So I hear your name a lot. So for a person who is married to a person to hear another woman's name come up in goals and things like that, instantly, there's no insecurities here, or at least there's not apparent insecurities. But when you hear another woman's name, it's like, oh, well, damn, this woman helped you do this. Then immediately it's like, well, damn, you know what I mean? And you're an innocent person. You don't know nothing, like, won't know nothing about each other. You're helping him. You're his media consultant, whatever. You know what I mean? Y'all the opposite sex. So immediately, not insecurity taken.
No, I
Immediately, let a man be helping me build my bar business. It's immediately going to be this. Oh, well, who is this? What is he about? What does he do? What is this? So that's all there is. So again,
Okay.
you're a totally innocent person, have nothing to do with me and my husband's relationship. But when your name comes up so much, you get interested in what is this person to you and what does this person do?
Right.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
So it's not even about insecurities. It's about what is this person doing? Who is this
About
person?
being
is?
nosy.
So you
And
kind of
what-
prove
Exactly.
you kind of prove my point.
But that's what
It's not about
no, we're
insecurity.
proving each other's point. But that's
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying
right.
is that when you have another person enter your space and you're wondering what is this about, what is this, what is da da da, da,
Yeah.
got opposite sex, so on and so forth, your mind doesn't go there. You know what I mean? But for a second, you think, oh shit, she helped you publish your book. She said this, she said that, she said this. Your mind goes into, okay, what is this person doing that I may not be doing? It just goes there.
It does.
And to you, you're not a woman, so you don't understand. And you're not, let's say Taya had a man. Let's say you had a man. And you're like, oh shit, Keith got his book published, Keith. He might be like, oh, okay, I heard you talking a lot about Keith. Like, what do you mean? You're on this podcast, you're doing this. You just instantly want to know what more is this into. It's not that it's anything
Yeah.
ratchet
No, I
or
get it.
weird.
No, I
Stop being
understand.
nosy.
It's just that
I would feel the same way.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's not like that. It's just about another
Right.
person. entering
And
your
that's not
space.
even a woman thing. That's a human thing.
Right. It's a
Yeah.
human.
And a
thing.
child's
And-
play.
right. No, but I can understand asking the question.
But when you know you're a partner, then then I know that, okay, you and him are just about business. There's nothing else to delve into.
Mm-mm.
And then you also have to check insecurity at the door. What part of me is me and what part of this is him? You know what I mean? What part is Taya doing what Taya's job is and being the amazing social media manager that you are? And what part is me is saying, oh, well, what the fuck is she doing? You know what I mean? That's when you check your own insecurities.
Insecurity.
Okay.
So that's what I'm
All
saying.
right. All
is
right.
that
I got
there
you.
comes a point in there where you're like, okay,
Yeah.
even when Kelly started the podcast, it was the same thing. Oh, Kelly's coming here every week. What the fuck? Da 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 da. But
Mhm.
at the same time, when you know your party, you gotta be like, all right, this is Kelly. She come here for the podcast. It's not nothing like that.
Right.
It is what it is. He communes with women the same way I may commune with men at my bar. It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Shit,
So when you know your partner,
black women been
that's the
saving
difference.
my ass more lately than anything that I can actually ever count. So give
So if I'm insecure,
what I'm
even
saying?
hearing that, it might be, why do you need more than one black woman to save your ass?
Got it.
If I was
Because
insecure,
I'm a Mormon.
Right.
but I'm not. I realize we all have different.
because I'm a
skills that we
black
bring
man
to
and
the
it takes
table.
a fucking village. Oh my
It
god.
don't take a insecure comment. It'll take a village from my ass. But you see what I'm saying?
Are
So
you fucking kidding me?
That's called a
Oh, I'm
gangbang.
saying Mark, Mark,
And also,
I work for
Self,
Mark. I work for
Nasir,
Mark.
all
The
them niggas.
gangbang.
Self is my homie. He always makes sure I'm
Exactly.
good.
Shut up.
but then
All
also,
these
you
niggas.
don't know at the same time. He's always saying, "Well, Shannon told me that, or Shannon told me to do this." Or,
Right,
so
right, that right.
right.
You don't know
so,
how much props you
Yeah,
get outside
you're
of
getting
that.
props as well, but you're not aware of that part. So,
But
Exactly.
insecurities
Your
will play
right,
on your
that's what I'm
mind in a
saying.
certain way.
Your
And if you're not,
perception, right.
if you check your insecurities and you understand, this is my husband's business partner. This is my husband's business partner. They bring different things to the table, so you got to realize and recognize and understand that. You can't let your insecurities overflow what's
I-
real and what's not.
I can
You know
dig
what
it.
I mean?
Listen, this is the old, let me tell you something.
That was great.
That was great. That was great. Let me tell y'all something. The only fucking thing that I worry about the most in this world is to make sure that whatever this entails pops. I think that everything else in my life has the legs that it needs to have. I feel like everything else can, you know what I mean, be tweaked, worked on, you know what I'm saying, dealt with because the foundation is set. The moment that I feel like this shit got the legs that it needs to have, it'll change everything. And that's kind of
But my whole point is that when you're dealing with insecure people,
yeah, I wasn't talking about
then
insecurity. I was just
no,
talking
no.
about
But, but I'm just segueing into that. That when you're dealing with insecure people who really have insecurities, that type of stuff will play on it. But if you have your boundaries set, and even for everybody, it's a thought. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
same way when you say, "Oh, nobody know you married at the bar," it's a thought. But if you know your wife, then you know, okay, this is business. It's
right,
not,
right.
It's not about nobody not knowing me. It's not about this. It's all about me getting $10 versus $2.
Yeah, no,
And a tip
absolutely.
jar.
And even
absolutely.
and
Thank
even
you.
on my side, when people know who I'm working with, they'll be like, "Oh, he married? Is his wife okay with you being the social media manager?" And I'm
Right.
like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
she said that she was. I met
Right,
her. I've
right.
been, I've been at the house. It didn't seem.
Yeah, don't
So,
sound like it right
but
now.
that's why I was. No, I ain't.
Jesus Christ, go ahead.
I completely understand. all of
No,
what
it's
was
all you
said.
good, you good. Yeah. But
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's how people. That's a thing.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the thought
Even
stops.
people on the outside, because the restaurant I work for, both of the owners are married.
Right.
But the
right.
wife comes in there, I talk to her. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
the thought stops where the
Yeah.
thought stops at. So if I have
Yeah.
this thought
Yeah.
and I know my husband, then I know that this is what it is. If you don't
Right.
know your partner, then, or if you know your partner be a certain way, then you know that, okay,
Yup.
wait, he might be fucking her, he might be doing this.
Right,
he might be
right.
doing that. Then they might be doing threesomes or whatever. So then the thought grows if you don't know.
Damn.
Damn, Shannon.
See what I'm saying?
Wow.
We got down
Another
podcast.
Christ.
God,
So
Lord.
the
If you
fucking
don't-
more.
if you don't know, then the thought
Right.
carries. But if you know your partner and
Right.
you're secure
Right.
in your relationship,
All right.
then it doesn't carry. Then
Right.
this is your job. This is Kelly's job. This is whoever's job.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's where it goes. So again, it's not about just knowing you and your insecurities. It's about knowing me and my.
Gotcha.
And I might say, oh, okay, well, blah blah blah. Like
You
the
keep
other day
adding
we were
on
talking
to
about
this.
posting a book.
We got it.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna say this last comment. He said, "Oh, I published my thing the other day." I said, "Well, oh, you did that? Yeah. Well, Taya published a book and she told me to do this and do that."
I
was
didn't
like,
publish
"Oh,
it. I
okay."
got it copywritten. Go
Well, I
ahead.
didn't know that you knew that. You didn't even tell me you got this shit copywritten. So blah blah blah. But after he said, "Okay, this is what it is, and this is what it was," I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool, I get it." When you have deep insecurities, it goes further than that.
Right.
When you don't, then it stops there.
Right.
So it's about you and your insecurities and how to stop things
Yeah,
there
yeah,
because you
yeah.
know who you with.
Yeah, I get that. And it also goes back to
He
that-
still might sleep with y'all. Just be on the
No, he will not. I do
Are
not.
you fucking
That was a
kidding me
joke.
right
That
now?
was a joke.
Let me say this
Damn,
to the
Shay,
world.
what
I
the
do not
fuck
do
is
married
going
men.
on?
I do not do married men whatsoever.
Wait, we're not even having
Taya,
this
I
fucking
love you. This
conversation.
was
The moment that I
That was a
find out
joke.
somebody is married,
was a
it's
joke.
like, nope.
Taya, that was a
We
joke.
are not. I'm so embarrassed right now.
I know it
We're
was a
having
joke,
this
but
fucking
I'm-
My
conversation.
teeth turning red.
That was-
Yo, this is crazy. Like, what the fuck is happening right now? Listen,
That
so-
was my PSA.
That was a joke. That was
my
a joke,
PSA.
Taya.
this
I
is-
love you.
this
That
is
was a
nuts.
joke.
Listen,
It was a joke. Let's all laugh. It was a joke.
No, I know it was a
Keith
joke. but I'm
can't
just
laugh.
saying,
Look at Keith.
look at this shit. Look at you in this shit. Yo, all right,
That was
so
my PSA overall. I don't.
Listen.
Everybody knows I do not. I got deep rooted issues. I do not do married men whatsoever.
oh my gosh, I don't even know why we haven't even parts of this
I
conversation.
ain't gonna go
Yeah.
into the deep
Wow.
rooted issue, but
So
I don't
That's
do,
another podcast.
shut up, Cain. This nigga.
I don't do married men.
That's good.
I'm just letting you know.
That's good for me.
All right.
That's good for me.
I'm about to cut this shit the fuck out.
Thank the
I don't
Lord.
do married men at all.
All right, y'all,
I
get with
love
us.
Taya. I love Kelly.
That was a good one.
Get
Things
with
only
us
go
on
as far
IG.
as your
Point
own
at me,
need.
though.
All right, let
I
me
feel
do
some
the-
type of
the-
way.
You need to have Shannon doing all the time.
No,
Shannon
man.
is
I've been
married.
saying that, Taya. He don't want to have
I'm
me on
just
No,
saying,
stage.
like
Shannon-
this shit would go like
She talks too
so
fucking much.
what?
Oh well,
See
don't
how
invite
big
me.
her head is?
Don't
But
invite me.
that's the
She
authentic
got a lot
part.
of thoughts
Don't
up
women
there.
talk a lot?
But I'm a no.
Don't wives talk a lot?
Shannon
They
do
do.
talk a
All
lot.
right,
She
there we
do.
go. It's
But
authentic.
Here's the thing.
Now I'm back in social media manager mode.
No. We actually do a good job when we're doing Till Death Do Us.
Yeah, well,
But have you watched those? Check it out when you get a chance or whatnot. Like we do a good job or whatnot because we're interacting with another couple or whatnot, and it gives me an opportunity to kind of lead, guide it, and she asks a lot of questions too, and we fall back, and then she's sipping and shit like that, so it's all good.
Why did me?
Here's
Why she gotta have alcohol though?
it's always alcoholic.
This
but
is what I'm talking about. This is
But-
why we're getting a
but-
divorce.
but this is the thing,
They're
right?
gonna stay in the same house.
This is the thing. The only
Yeah, 22 years
I
is our
know.
cap.
the only thing about like Shannon being on the podcast on a regular is the fact that Shannon is a very good conversationalist. She's just
I
not a
dominate the
podcaster.
microphone.
She talk
Exactly.
right. But she talks.
I talk a lot.
So when she talks, she'll run on where she.
I will.
There's like an art to it where you drop off and let somebody else get a word. She doesn't do that.
I've been trying to get tired of talk all night. I've been saying let's talk.
She should run for office.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. So my thing is that
We already got the first lady of Chester.
it works though. It works though. We'll have her on and I understand it's extremely entertaining. It's always extremely entertaining. It was
That's
always
the point.
it was always the highest numbers. You know what I mean when she was on there and whatnot because it's
I have
very
a following.
it's very very entertaining when she's on and whatnot.
That's
But
the
we
point.
got
It is.
but we gotta govern it in a specific way.
We don't. Keith is an Aries. He don't like the spotlight being on him.
Well, first
I mean, this podcast is like 3 hours. You
Exactly.
talking about government?
Yeah,
This
but
shit is
no,
8 hours. I done did all. You owe me some
lying.
money. This shit is
I'm like,
My wife's
I
like,
hate
when
it.
the hell you get home?
how much more governing? You
Yeah,
do?
no,
it's
I'm
already
just
3
I'm
hours.
talking about the well, I also have main character syndrome too, so that's a whole
Yeah,
other time.
well, I
Y'all
know.
not butt heads
Because
a
you're an
lot.
Aries.
Yeah, see that
Oh, I
shit?
know.
Aries is crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
My
So
daughter's Aries.
yeah, so I mean, yeah.
I know.
If it ain't about me,
know, exactly.
I mean, come on.
Shay
I'm
Bree
sorry
Know It
if
All
you watched this,
podcast.
but-
The Mr. Know It All podcast.
Shay Bree Know It All podcast.
Your,
Get
name,
with
your
us.
name itself is Aries. Mr. Know-It-All. I mean,
I don't even know how he came up with that. I did
because
not.
he's Aries.
Get with us on IG at Mr. Know It All _pod. The Facebook fan page, Mr. Know It All podcast fan page, Mr. Know It All podcast on
I want
TikTok.
to plug my Instagram.
And please send us all your fuckery, duckery, and schmuckery over to the Gmail account at MrKnowItAllPod@gmail.com. That's MrKnowItAllPod@gmail.com.
Follow me at partyon.therun on Instagram. If you have any, I'm really not into that these days, but if you need a bartender, I am there.
Tire socials.
Just Tire Brand LLC, JUSTTYABRAND LLC.
Cuz socials.
Leave me the fuck alone.
I can't with him.
Stay out of his fucking
Favorite
DMs.
favorite cousin.
Oh, man.
I don't mess
Oh.
with married men. Just
Oh,
wanna say
gee,
that.
you should still say this shit.
I'm very
I'm telling it.
I don't think you understand.
Taya hates
How
it.
you?
I don't.
Taya, if you
I
want
don't
them, you
do
can
it.
have them. That's it. That's
No, I don't.
Yo, you know what? Go the
Not
fuck
at all.
upstairs. What's wrong with
We
you?
going to LB.
I don't.
Going upstairs.
Who going to LB? You on LB?
Well, my car is delayed now again. By
Yo, yeah, that shit not funny at all, man. Like, honestly, you gotta figure that shit out.
I gotta take an Uber.
Yeah,
I'm poor.
we gonna be looking on this what you call it tonight because we're not dealing with this shit. Yeah.
I'm just
It was such a
joking.
pleasure.
But now it's time to say goodbye
over here.
to all my
That's for him. I said that for him.
friends.
I'm saying it for
It's a
you.
great
On
podcast.
on behalf of
I'm gonna be here next week.
No, you're not. On behalf of
Damn.
my lovely wife Shay Bree.
Yes. Come.
I want
see me
y'all
at
to clap
Xbox
for her
Spot
last appearance.
every
And
No,
Bar Tuesdays. Come on through. Bar Guild
Oh.
Mondays. Y'all know where to find me.
on behalf of Shay Bree, Taya Moore, my cuz
Raheem
Kaheem,
Saunders.
Damn.
I'm Mr. Know-It-All. Love y'all to death. It's been episode 152. Peace.
Rest in peace, Tina.
And I.
Well, you shouldn't be such a smart mouth, Mr. Know-It-All.